Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023, and we are coming to you live. And I'm sorry if the show stinks today. Joe just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
I mean, was it me?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I let out two audible things that I can't say on air. and rolled my eyes 4 times.
Okay. So the shows are live on the Bone app for 24 hours, right? So this show will be on it in its entirety on the Bone app all day today. Then tomorrow morning, a new show comes on, and it'll go away. We have been archiving those shows on YouTube, and I really haven't talked about it a lot because it's not perfect yet, and I wanted to wait till it's perfect. Well, it's been like 2 months now, so I was like, it should be pretty perfect right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the page, the YouTube page, which is youtube.com. I don't even know.
Cowhead, Calta face.
Yeah.
Vision.
I mean, it if you just put in the Mike Calta Show, the official Mike Calta Show page comes up. And the first thing I see on it is the Mike Calta Show live with Steve-O, the interview we did with Steve-O. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I see Lisa Guerrero was on the show, and I'm like, all right. Then Steve Bert, I go, okay, well, these must be the interview portions of the show.
No.
Right. No is the answer. But I was wrong. And I'm like, well, where are the live shows? And Joe's like, oh, they're on there. And I go, but where are they? And he goes, they're on the YouTube page. And I go, Joe, I'm on the goddamn YouTube page. And I'm looking at it now. Where are the live shows? And he's like, you changed the password. And I'm like, I know, but I changed the password the other day. And he goes, well, it's not on there since Friday. And I go, Jesus Christ, Joe.
Where were the ones that were on there before Friday?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was
they're
trying
there, but you thought they were just the interviews. They're the full shows. It's in a playlist that says full show replays, though.
Where is that?
It's on that's the label of the playlist.
You really overcomplicate things, Joe.
Do you think?
Okay, so I just clicked on playlist.
Yeah.
Click on all playlist, and there's nothing that says full show replays. In fact, if you click on playlist, it shows you.
I thought for sure it was going to be there.
Well, he's right. It is there. Listen to me. It's hard to navigate because you don't see it, and everything looks the same because it's Joe.
Yes.
You're doing the work. The aesthetics of it needs to be improved.
Well,
it's not on you.
I know. No, I'm working on it. I've been changing the previews and the live.
How's it not on him if he's the one doing
Right.
it?
Well,
I mean, there's
because
a lot here. There's a lot to this.
but all I want Joe to do is take the show and put it up. I can handle the rest. I didn't want to do or talk about this or promote it until it was running good for like a month, like we had a system, and we're not there yet. So, but I just decided to take a look at it, and talking to Joe has blown my mind. Blown my mind.
Oh, man.
Blown my mind.
I gotta tell you, it was so hard to I had to just stare at my computer. I could feel Gio giggling. I didn't want to look at Galaxy.
Sure.
Dude.
Oh, it's my fault.
Gio is giggling.
I mean-
Calvin was going.
Well, he goes, where are the shows? He asked you where are the shows before Friday, and you said, I don't have the password.
Yeah, I was gonna call you 5 days ago, but I just didn't.
Hey, you were here yesterday.
No. Yeah.
If you didn't bring that up to him, he never would have asked you for that
No.
password.
No, he would have asked.
No, it would
He
have
would've
been
asked.
it would have been October, and we would have asked. Oh,
not
I was gonna
true.
call you.
Every
Why
once in a
has
while.
there been any shows up since the middle of August?
I was gonna call you back in September, but you changed the password.
I was taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Oh man. Can we just end the show now?
I mean, what is this?
What is
This
Carmen.
is Joe.
Yeah.
Carmen, we're putting
Awesome.
your job now is to put up the whole show replay.
Oh,
You are out of your goddamn mind.
I mean, you're just sitting there by yourself. Not
Yeah,
doing anything.
exactly. I'm out. I'm done.
What a great way to start the morning.
Good morning, everybody.
I think you
Happy
should buy me
Tuesday.
breakfast.
I would. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Friday when you're here.
No, Uber Eats it.
how's that coming? The Don Rigatoni.
Spanish.
Did
Oh.
There we go.
Wow.
Did you change the password on that too?
Spanish's
I
answer
thought you
was,
said-
I can't read your mind, so I don't know what you're going to say next.
I was wondering if you gave the information to Carmen like you said you were going to yesterday
And then we
on the
decided
show.
he was going to give it to you.
No, you said
Yeah.
you told him to give it to me, and
Right.
I don't think he takes orders from you. So
Well, he does now.
Man, things are falling apart.
I didn't get the number.
is our food on the YouTube page?
Oh,
It's
Is
in the
that
playlist.
possible?
They changed the password.
Is that possible?
Oh my God!
I'd like some
What
pasta
is going
password,
on?
please. I'd like some password with meatballs.
What is going on?
Amateur hour.
It's falling apart.
It is something else. It's easy to be number one, right?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know. I'm afraid to ask if anything else was done.
This part of the show is called Tuesdays with Dummies.
Oh, yeah. All right. So no food for Friday either, Carmen,
Okay.
because you and Spanish can't get it together.
You might
You
as well
have
not
his
even come
number.
in.
information. Yeah, just give us the number.
Yeah,
Oh,
like we
just
can't
give
do
us the number.
anything.
Oh, okay. So did either one of you after the show go, hey, I got to call Don Riccatoni to give me that number?
No, because normally you would have just given her the number after
Oh, you're
the
blaming
show.
her.
No, I'm not blaming her. I'm
You're blaming her
how,
and she's blaming you.
how normally it always goes is if you had the number, you said you were going to give it to her after the show, you would have.
Yes.
Can I interject here?
Please.
You, Mike Calta,
Uh-oh.
have to take a little bit of the blame because this is your MO, is you say something and then you don't necessarily follow through with
So
it.
when you think as
but
executive
yes,
producer,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But both of you guys know that. Like if I need something from Mike and he doesn't give it to me, I will go, hey man, just a reminder,
What?
blah blah blah, I need this. Well,
Right.
And he'll do that. Neither of you guys did that.
Yeah, but because I decided that Spanish was doing it.
You don't get to decide anything.
I did.
You don't.
I
though.
decide. I do. I decide. I'm not calling. So I didn't ask for the number.
Producer.
Just give me the
Carmen's
Exactly.
coming
number.
here. I'm going to give her a handful of dry oats. So there you go. That's what she worked got you.
Just give me the number, and it will be handled before noon today.
Activated.
I got it.
Can
I'm
Rigatoni
going
give
to
us
call Mr. Rigatoni, and we'll get all the pasta. We'll
Hey,
get a whole boatload of it.
when you talk to him, ask him what the YouTube password is?
I will.
For
We'll
sure.
get the
Send
playlist
it.
handled.
Send it to me.
It's Friday. It's Tuesday. It's
Perfect.
I mean-
nothing is no. The plane hasn't flown in the mountain. Everything is
Oh,
fine.
wow.
I mean, he's been
Everything
waiting.
is good.
I wish I could fly into a mountain right now.
He's been waiting for the password since Friday. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
help him out.
That's crazy.
Sugar Pants was asking for the password.
Oh, she got it.
Oh, now you ruined it. That was the password. Sugar Pants. Sugar Pants 69 was the
Well,
password.
I mean, you didn't see him over the weekend, so it makes a, of course.
I was at his house.
Oh.
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 And when you were at his house, he wasn't vigilantly working on the YouTube page?
I don't know. I
No
didn't,
password.
I didn't see what he was doing before he opened the door. So I don't know. I'm on your side, Joe. I figured you probably were working on it.
Thank you, Michael.
So, but like, okay, so I'm looking at it here, right?
Oh, great.
And so
What are you
like,
looking at? Our YouTube page?
the YouTube page.
All right, I'm gonna
So
go-
it goes from
Hold on, I'm going to go to it too. Let's do
How
it
do you
together.
find it?
so
You know where it is.
it goes from Steve-O, who
Yeah.
was on the show on the 17th,
Thursday.
to Lisa, who was on the show on the 7th. 10
Yeah.
days.
We were off, Carmen. We were in the studio. Mike was not here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And evidently there were no shows recorded and put up while I was gone.
No.
Okay.
That's another thing.
I was just wondering why there was a 10-day jump. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
That's
goes from
why.
the 7th to the 4th.
Yeah,
so that's
that-
like the weekend, I'm assuming.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just asking.
All right. Do you need any other help with it?
I'm seeing like a decade jump after that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's right. You are correct.
All right. Well, listen.
I
And
think
then
it-
it goes to our interview with Joe Biden, who's running for vice president.
Oh, yeah. I will give Joe some credit here. The thing is called the live stream test channel. It's still in test mode.
Oh,
Correct.
Oh,
yeah, it's beta.
Mike, and it's at Mike Calta, the Mike Calta show.
That's the
For anyone-
that's the video, right? No, that's the homepage.
That's the page, yeah.
God.
Mike Calta, the Mike Calta show.
I mean, I feel like we could streamline that a little bit.
Nah.
if you go to calta.tv, it takes you around.
Oh, well, that's a
That makes sense.
different thing. Is it route through Canada?
Pretty sure that's a domain that a listener owns. Gave it to us a long time ago. Yeah.
I think you're doing a great job, Joe.
You got to spell TV TEEVEE.
All right.
Innovative.
Good morning, everybody.
Keep the trophy.
Keep the trophy. Jesus Christ.
You want a trophy for this?
Oh no, no, I
No,
don't get a trophy.
no, definitely not.
I mean, participation trophy might be nice.
No, not even.
You're not participating. You don't have the password.
Oh, man. Just once I want to come in here and be like, everything is great. Everything worked out perfect.
I got to
You
tell you,
started it.
Mike and I had a great morning.
Yeah.
Before you guys got here.
Yeah, we were talking about stuff and planning things out. Okay, let's talk about what Galvin and I were talking about. Do you know
the other thing.
No, that's the other thing. Do you know that we're doing a pub crawl 1 week from this Friday?
Found out yesterday.
Yes.
You guys know that?
Just found out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew, but I didn't think it had been disseminated to you folks.
I need
way
the
it should
password
be.
before I can fully commit.
The password is Don Rigatoni. Yeah, we are doing a pub crawl in downtown Clearwater. So next week, we're going to kick off the entire week. This is going to be in promotion of the big Calta Comedy Circus, which I was a little nervous about in the beginning because, I don't know, a lot of reasons. I'll be honest. The number one reason I was nervous about it is because when we did events before, we did them on our own. And now we've partnered
And with this crack team, they
Yeah.
always went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we've had some hitches, but we've always been successful. We always sell out. We've always done great. So we even decided one night years ago, since we played so many games on the show, to do a game night at Side Splitters and do the games live and give away prizes. That sold out. So, yeah, we were doing like fun stuff just on a whim. And then we partnered with Cox, and they've just ruined everything. So, no, I'm kidding. So we were like, how can we make this great? So we moved it to a theater. We brought in comedians that I chose, and then we came up with a theme and all that. So it's going really well. And it's, again, I've been saying, there's less than 100 tickets left, which is amazing. If you look on the site as of yesterday before the show, there was 122 tickets, but that is not counting our staff tickets and things that we need for like my family and stuff and your families. So there's literally less than 100 tickets left. So if you want to go, I would scoop them up. If not, it'll just be more room for us to give away tickets. So, but we're starting it off that Friday. We're doing a liquid lunch type event downtown Clearwater. Then that night in Clearwater Beach, we're doing a pub crawl, which we've never done in Clearwater before. Then Saturday is the comedy show. Then Sunday is Sunday, and then Monday we have off because it's for everybody has off because it's Labor Day.
Right.
So yeah, right.
Yeah, that's an exciting weekend.
I wanted to do on Sunday a big beach day down at like Undertow, where we hang out, we play volleyball, and the band plays, and we do all that stuff. And then they were like, "You're gonna be exhausted," and I went, "You're right,
Yeah.
So we're not doing that." But
It would have been nice to do like a little Top Gun montage with everybody in their jeans and no shirts on the beach, playing with the boys. Yeah,
that would have been cool. Did you see the picture of the topless picture that Bert put up yesterday?
Yeah.
He said, "This is my lowest point," and it was a picture of him pitching the baseball from like throwing a first pitch, and all of his gelser is just like jiggling around, but it's a still shot, so you could just see his fat stomach moved everywhere.
I thought that was fake at first.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
not.
It looks like
Yeah.
it's like
It looks like somebody photoshopped it,
weird
stretched
augmented.
it.
Yeah.
It's like whenever girls try to make their waist super skinny and then the door
Yeah.
jam is like all curved.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, I can
my God.
see behind you.
I could never, at different stages of fat in my life, I could never just walk around shirtless like he does. I would just be uncomfortable for myself. I don't know how he is so confident and comfortable with that. And I know that's part of his gimmick, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. But I also found a picture of him from when we went to Ireland the first time.
Yeah.
When he was 200 pounds lighter. So I took a side-by-side picture because I looked at my wife and I go, "Look, you see a picture that Bert posted where he looked really fat?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then she looks at me and she goes, "I can help him." And I go, I know you can. And she's like, I can help him. But I think if she were to work with him, he would also stop drinking, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she does.
But that's
she
also
does,
kind of the gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the
That's all his
thing
life.
is Bert can never actually get in shape unless he has enough money.
Well, he
if
definitely has enough money, but he can also. I mean, that could be part 2 of Bert would be hilarious.
Yeah, I guess. But
Look at Tom.
But he
Yeah.
would have to
Yeah,
stop
but-
drinking.
But Tom never like played into it as much as Bert does. Tom wasn't pulling his shirt off. Tom
Yeah.
wasn't, saying he's the world's greatest athlete while he was,
Right.
100 pounds overweight and stuff. So
My wife is a therapist, and she does a thing with clients who want to lose weight like that, where she doesn't really work on like the nutrition end, but she tries to figure out what is forming your habits. Why are you doing this? Why is it causing you to eat? And if you have like an addictive behavior, like, I don't know, eating a sausage, cheddar and egg sandwich in the morning and a coffee, how to get rid of that, And before you ask the question, well, why doesn't she work on you? I don't care. I don't want her to. I looked at her and I go, I can't tell Bert that you can help him. And he's going to be like, why didn't she help you first?
I hit a good mark yesterday. I weighed myself. I am down from the beginning of the year to yesterday. I'm down 40 pounds.
Good for
Nice.
you.
Good for you.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see it.
Let's get pizza.
It's so funny. If my wife got Bert skinny and Bert's like, hey, I lost 80 pounds and I've been working out and I quit drinking, and everybody's going to be like, you ruined
Yeah.
Bert too. You ruined Jackass. You ruined Bert. You ruined everything.
I bet right now he is going so hard with his schedule. I'm sure that plays a big role into it too, because he's nonstop on the road.
But think about it. He's bringing his family on the road with him. He's doing nothing except for the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's hectic that he has to work every other night or whatever he's doing. But, I mean, it's not like he's living that life all the time.
But here's the other thing: is he gets anything he wants right
Yeah.
now.
That is
so
true.
literally, and he loves to spread it around and stuff. He loves to take everybody out to dinner, order all these different things. Every venue he goes to, they have some sort of Bert muffins and cookies for
Yeah.
Bert, and here's treats, and here's more alcohol and everything else. I mean, like everywhere he goes, people are
alcohol
giving him.
But yeah, the
stuff that
alcohol
are-
is what I'm like, nonstop
Oh, yeah.
every
Yeah.
night, because everybody sees Bert, they want to drink with Bert. That's what.
And
Right.
what goes with alcohol? Let's go get something to eat
Pizza.
afterwards
Yeah.
and dinner, and doing all that stuff. So yeah, and he literally people want to give him all that stuff. So
You know who Bert is? I watched the movie the other day. Bert's Frank the Tank.
yeah,
He's
Frank
Well,
Tank.
he's literally bringing the party wherever he
Yes.
goes.
Yeah.
But I
You
mean,
know?
Bert will be the one like, we're like, "Ooh, that was a good night," and just about to settle in, and Bert will be like, "Let's go streaking through the quad."
Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely. There's a next generation of kids that are loving Bert, that are finding him now, and it's gonna be crazy for him. It really is. But he needs to make sure he doesn't John Belushi out.
Oh,
I was
man.
watching a documentary about Animal House, and they said that John Belushi would disappear, and they'd have to go find them, and they were worried that he OD'd somewhere, and they were like, sometimes he would wander. They shot Animal House in like a small Indiana town, and he would wander over to the neighbor's house and just ask them if he can go in and take a nap, and they were like, yeah. They were like, he was the biggest star in the world at the time, and he would just let him in, and eventually they'd knock on everybody's doors, and they'd be like, yeah, he's sleeping on the couch. And they go over there, and he's totally sober and just exhausted and sleeping. He just
Damn.
needed to take time off. He was getting burnt out,
the good thing about Bert though too is he does go to his doctor enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's got Leanne.
No, but he really does. He like goes and gets checked out all the time, and according to him, he's his blood's good, his blood pressure,
Liver.
everything. Liver probably a little.
Little fatty liver.
Yeah.
You hope the doctor is being
Honest,
upfront,
yeah.
and isn't just like, no, you're good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin the party, animal.
And Leanne takes care of him too.
Yeah.
She's not nearly what he is,
That amazes me when people won't go to the doctor. It seems like, especially whenever people get older, they're like, no, and I'm like, that's the time you really need to.
I don't want to do anything that might involve them going in my pee-pee hole. Because that's happened to you.
Yeah,
And
but I mean,
that's
if
happened
you,
to a bunch of my friends.
if you have to,
Yeah.
you have to. You know
I
what
have
I mean?
to tell you, it's a mental block to me. And I think if they said, we need to go in, and I'd go, what's the consequences? And they go, 2 to 5 years. I go, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'd think about it for a second. I'm like, I'm good.
I've lived many lives.
Yeah. I got 5 more years. Let's just tear it up.
That was such a weird situation. So I had kidney stones, and they put a stent in, and then they put me under to do that. But to take it out, they did not put me under. All they did was lidocaine.
if you said to me, we're gonna go through your PB hole, or we're gonna cut an incision in your taint and go in there, I'd be like, do that.
Right,
do that.
if you're under, well, that's what I said to him. I go, you put me under to put it in, you're not putting me under to take it out?
Yeah.
So the nurse, who was probably, I don't know, maybe late 20s or something,
Geez.
she goes, what's that? I go, I'm very nervous about this. And she goes, well, I can use more lidocaine. And I go, okay. So this is what she did. No lie. And you can't see it on air, but pretend like you're grabbing a beer and you're opening that beer. But she just went, more lidocaine, just holding stuff and squirting stuff. And I go, all right, well, I guess that's it,
Like mustard on a hot dog.
Do this a little bit or something.
The topical ointment.
Only up.
What's a weird thing is that, ladies, for a male's flaccid penis is indestructible. You know what I mean? Like, there's no pain in there. There's no bone in there. When it is flaccid, it is basically, you could just put a book on it, But the
What are you
thought,
doing?
you don't do the books. I'm just saying, like, it's not. It's a floppy piece of. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but
It's a Stretch Armstrong.
yeah. But the minute you want to do something to it, they're like, not that top part. That's just off limits. I don't know why we're talking about this, because it's actually making me in a bad
Let's
mood.
go back to pasta.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is we were watching. I'm good at predicting things. I remember when Howard Stern was all, I love my wife, I love my wife, I love my wife, and then one day he's like, I got an apartment in the city so that I don't have to get up as early to go to work, and I went, oh, he's getting divorced. And all my friends were like, no, it's so he doesn't have to get up early. And next thing he's like, I'm getting divorced. Tommy Lahren, the hot chick that would always scream conservative stuff on the internet, was
On the
really
Blaze at the beginning.
yeah, the Blaze. She was smoking hot. Then she, as a woman, said that she was pro-choice, and the Blaze fired her. And now she's probably having way more success on Fox News. But in the meantime, she had some weird plastic surgery done. She went from hot to still kind of hot, but not as hot anymore. Like, she's too polished now.
It was the nose. She did something with the
No,
nose.
Galvin brought up a good point this morning. Carly Shimkus. I think Carly Shimkus is one of the hottest chicks ever. And I have a buddy who used to work with her, and he was like, she's as cool as she is hot. And, everything about her was smoking. But Galvin brought up a good point. Now I'll never see it. He goes, she's good looking, but she looks like she's one punch away from being ugly. All of her features are just a little, like, they're a little odd. They're odd enough to be, like if she got in a small accident or something, she wouldn't recover from it. She'd be
if
ugly.
you look at her, you go, oh, she's pretty. And then if you really actually look at her for 5 seconds, you're like, wait, her forehead's weird. That's her eye.
She's right. She
It's
has
true.
a huge forehead. So Tommy Lahren, they showed her this morning, and the first time I went, whoa.
Yeah,
Here's my prediction. She's pregnant.
Oh,
We know.
she is?
That's what judging by her face sweat this morning, I think she's pregnant.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, because didn't she
Nuts.
just get married to like a SEAL team member or something?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. She was like naturally pretty, and then it looked like she had some work done on her face.
Can I just tell you that I find that the girls who are imperfect are the hottest ones.
Yeah. I agree.
There's girls that are on the internet that are smoking hot models, and you're like, oh yeah. Then there's girls where like they have their nose is a little pointy or their ears are a little big or whatever.
Gap
but for
in the
some
teeth.
reason, something like that just makes them
Little wonky
sexier
eye.
to me.
Yeah.
Little
but
wonky eye is not bad.
No.
The bad thing is whenever a girl's cute and she's like, I listen, I'm a strong 7, but I could be a 10 with plastic surgery, and then that plastic surgery turns them into a 5.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
like
Because
that.
you say it and you're like, you were a strong 7. What'd you do that for? I think worst case scenario is what's her name? I talked about Spencer Pratt the other day, the one that he's married to.
Yeah.
Heidi.
Heidi, she was perfect.
She was like girl next door, cute, hot, and then she turned into like an old cougar.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is she, like 50? And you're like, no, she's 21. Oh my God.
yeah, she
But
looked
she-
great before.
Yeah.
And she had like 5 nose
Oh,
surgeries.
yeah. She
Yeah.
was really into it.
The only one that plastic surgery benefited the most are the Kardashians.
Oh
Yes.
my
Like
God.
they made beautiful women out of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they've said it at one point or another, but I would love to know who the team of doctors
Yeah.
are. Because,
Team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are incredible.
You can't afford them anymore. They're in a different tax bracket now. They did so much work on the
Yeah.
Kardashians. I don't understand the denial of it. Like, we just saw you. if I have weight loss surgery and in 2 months I'm down 60 pounds and I go, oh, no, I'm going to program whatever, you guys are going to be like, get out of here.
But that was like a weird, because like think about that time, the mid 2000s and the 2010s, where the reality TV was just switching into social media, and you had like people like Kim Kardashian, who was known for her butt, and like the rumor was, was
Fake
it real?
butt,
Was it fake at the time? Nobody knew. So,
She is,
on the show, she went and got like an MRI or something to prove that it
Oh,
wasn't.
really?
Yeah, they went to the doctors and she got an MRI to prove that her butt wasn't fake.
I'm going to tell you, I saw her in person, her and Reggie Bush back in the day when they were here for the Super Bowl at Pizza Party, and she was gorgeous, but her butt looked odd. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get me wrong. I would have jumped on it in a half a second. I would have pushed my wife to the ground to get to her.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just being honest. Like, but it did look unnatural. Like, you go, why would anybody do that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying she got butt implants or anything. I found a picture of a girl the other day on Instagram, I think, or something. It was her and her she had a real muscular, shirtless boyfriend, and she was wearing a bikini, and her butt just came out of the sides of her bikini like this. And I sent it to Paul, and I go, this isn't real, right? And he goes, it is real. I go, it is? And he goes, yeah, as real as her boobs. Her boobs are ridiculous. And I went, all right, that's what I thought.
Well, because they can do like injections. They don't have to necessarily have like implants
Yeah.
now, because they just move the fat from your stomach
Right, yeah.
and
So
put
if
it in
you-
your butt. So
If you get the thing, whatever, the X-ray, whatever, it's just fat.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so it's like, oh, I didn't do anything. Plus, do you think that Kim Kardashian has enough money to pay off somebody to lie?
right.
A team of people to lie.
according to the tabloids, by the way, Tommy Loren is pregnant because
Or Tommy Lahren, like we
Tommy
just
Lahren,
said
sorry,
80 times.
sorry, because they saw her toasting over the weekend with water instead of wine.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
bad luck.
Yeah.
I love that I went to a restaurant this weekend, and it was my dad and his wife's 35th anniversary of their first date. We just went to dinner with them, and we didn't even know when we got there. And then they brought out champagne for everybody and one ginger ale. And I looked at Joey, and they gave the ginger ale to my father. He's like, I'm not drinking. They just gave Joey the regular. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, listen. We got a lot of things to do today. We got to work on our YouTube page, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Got to work on Carmen's attitude and Don Rigatoni's.
We got the Don of Rigatoni's.
Spanish
Spanish.
is.
Yeah.
Get on it.
I'm
Yeah.
on it. I'm on it. I'm all over it.
I think we should just let Carmen give us all orders.
See? It just works out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all afraid of you yelling at
Yeah,
us, so
it's
we'll
true.
probably get everything done the right way.
100%.
Aye, aye. All right, let's take a break. I know Mike sent an email out. We got more stuff to add to the giveaways today, so we'll find out what that is when we do Sporkle. Yesterday it was a ridiculously easy yet hard Sporkle that Galvin won, fair and square. We'll see who could topple Galvin next with Sporkle on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta.
.45, it's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. If you'd like to reach us here. The Calta Comedy Circus is happening next Saturday at the Billheimer Capitol Theater in downtown Clearwater. If you'd like to go to theboneonline.com and click over and buy your tickets. I believe they're available at rutheckerdhall.com as well. Great theater. It's where we did the Bone 10 anniversary. And great spots down there in Clearwater for food beforehand. I'm telling you right now, make a reservation for, what is the name of that place on Cleveland? On something on Cleveland. God damn it.
On Dancer, on Prancer, on Cleveland, on
No.
Clear Sky on Cleveland
Mm.
is fantastic. And it's walking distance to the Capitol. So anyway, that is happening. It all kicks off next Friday with a liquid lunch, then a pub crawl, And then Saturday we do the Calta Comedy Circus, which I'm very happy about. We also that night are going to announce maybe the comedian, if any, is going on the cruise. I think I just blew that a little bit. But I have somebody I want to suggest to you that has shown interest in it. Look at me, Gowan. I'm going to just lip sync it to you.
Oh, yeah. No, I got it just from the, you didn't have to do the racial thing.
No, what?
Whoa.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
I think he's making jokes.
All right.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Who?
No, I never know. You'll find out with everybody else on the set. Are you going to Comedy Circus?
Yeah.
You got your beard ready?
Yeah.
It's got to be a real beard for the Comedy Circus.
No.
What? You're the
Listen.
bearded lady.
Listen.
Beard
okay,
to the beard to the beard to the beard to the beard. It's too early for that.
We've talked about this. I can't grow my beard out.
Oh.
Somebody photoshopped a fantastic picture
That was pretty good.
with a beard, and you still looked adorable.
I didn't see it.
If you had a beard and I was your boyfriend, I would stroke your beard like when the Grinch was
You writing
born.
a folk song? If you had a beard and I was your boyfriend.
Remember when the Grinch was born and the Grinch was a little baby with a beard and he was just comb his little beard?
Listen, there's
That's how I
only
treat you.
there's been only been one time where Chad was like, "Hey."
No. No.
It's a little aggressive.
Aggressive.
He was like, I feel like I'm kissing J-Ro.
Yeah. Every time you do that, I think you're being racist. Yeah. What if he's like, hey, all the guys I watch porn with are all hairless.
Yeah.
You're ruining it for me.
Your beard is tickling my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, it only takes like a couple days for it to like come in.
You get the
Yeah.
5 o'clock shadow.
Pretty good. So like
So if
I'm
you wait 2 weeks, you'll look awesome at the Comedy Circus.
No, listen. I didn't. This weekend, I went one day without shaving, and I have 5 pimples right now because of it. So it's not like it's not
What's
happening.
worse?
Maybe don't
Right.
come Friday.
Well, they're gonna be cleared up by then.
Do you pop them?
Yeah, you want me to pop them?
Oh no.
No, what you nasties? But I do have acne medication that I
Want me to
got
shoot them
from
with the dart?
my dermatologist. That
Don't
it
go
like
crazy, Carmen.
Yeah.
There is acne medication that people took and it made them go crazy, and
Yeah.
one guy killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
yeah,
don't do that.
not this stuff.
Okay.
We'll do Dr. Pimple
Just making
Popper.
sure.
I've been using this stuff for like 10 years.
Carmen, Dr. Pimple Popper. We'll do that on Friday.
No.
Yeah.
See which one of us can pop your pimples quickest.
Not
Live on
touching my
stage.
face.
We should do it on stage for the circus.
Yep.
Look at the freak, Popper pimples.
Like
Those are mean.
each different pimple, you get a prize.
Yeah.
Yep. Carmen,
What?
that's a great idea. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. No one's touching my face.
Don't get
Just-
too close, you'll get goo on you.
We're just gonna end that right now.
Carmen.
No.
What's under that beard? Be very scared.
Oh.
Hater.
Carmen, this is great.
No.
That would be so awesome. What if we put you in a cage in the lobby and you just bark at people as they walk by you?
Oh my God. Why do I gotta bark?
Ladies and gentlemen, behold the pimply bearded lady.
Not happening.
Dude, I'll never forget. I was at Seaside Heights, New Jersey. I was 11 years old, and they were like, "Come see the half snake, half woman." And I went, "That can't be real." But she looked like a little snake with a woman's head. I'm like trying to figure it out, and then finally I'm like, "I gotta go. I gotta see it." And I walked in there, and you walk upstairs, and the snake woman is in like a little bit of a pit, only like a foot below you, but you can see. And it was a lady's human head and a stuffed animal snake body behind her. And then you look at her and you go, "Oh," and she'd have like a little forked tongue, and she would go spit it at you, and you're like, "Oh." It was kind of weird. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Oh, it was so funny. Because you went in there and you were like, "Oh," and then when she gave you the tongue, you were like,
She knows the game.
What bothered me is like they didn't even bother to use a rubber snake. They used a stuffed animal, and I went,
How much did you have to pay for it?
"Oh, it was probably like $1."
Yeah, snake lady.
When you're 6 years old, $1 hard to come by.
At the
Right.
Florida State Fair, they used to have the spider lady, and it was the same thing. You'd pay, you go up there, and you'd look in the little window, and it was a woman, and there'd be spider, like fake spider webs all over the room, and she'd just be sitting there on like a folding chair, doing nothing. Like,
She She didn't have like
No.
arms or nothing.
No, she was reading a book, and then the whole room was like covered in like big spider webs.
I went one time to see the man with the largest foot in the world
Oh.
at the Florida State.
Yes, yeah.
Well, how was that?
It was he had elephantitis of the foot. It was a real.
Oh, real
yeah,
thing.
It was
Well,
like
it
a
was
real.
eight-
thing.
Was it just
1856.
one or both feet?
No, just one.
Oh.
Can he come to the circus?
I don't know.
He has to walk next to the curb when he walks.
Probably
Hey.
walk in circles.
Oh my God! What were you saying that made me think of something?
The Florida State Fair.
State Fair.
Spider lady.
The spider lady.
Spider lady reading a book.
Yeah.
Just sitting
I
there.
lost it.
Pimple face.
Yeah.
Comedian coming on the cruise.
Bearded lady.
Beard lady.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we have some stuff to give away to you folks. What is that stuff, Carmen?
So we have tickets for this weekend's Lionel Richie with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You gotta sell it a little. Sold out. Lionel Richie and Earth,
Yeah.
Wind, and Fire.
Saturday
Oh,
night.
what a feeling! Okay, go ahead.
All right. We have tickets for Rob Zombie with Alice Cooper.
Okay, you won't be at that one
No. Ghost.
or that one.
The Outlaw Music Festival. The 1975. And then we had these added. It is Saturday night. Coke 0400 in Daytona.
Start your engines.
You could have stopped at Coke. Saturday Night Coke.
Coke.
All
Yeah.
right.
No.
Spanish is in.
Speaking my language.
I'd like to see how many people at that thing are drinking a Bud Light,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, "Well, it's all they had. Kid
Yeah.
Rock's drinking it now.
Yeah,
It's
Kid
okay.
Rock said it was
It's
cool.
okay. It's okay.
All right, let's give it away with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. The great Galvini, what line are you playing for?
I'm going to go ahead and win again for line one today.
Line one. Good morning. Who is this?
Steve.
Hi, Steve. Please hold. Galvin's playing for you.
What kind of
Spanish.
spaceship you got,
Line
Steve?
3, please.
Good morning. Who is this?
Josh.
Hi, Josh. Spanish is playing for you. Please hold. Gio.
12.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Adam.
Hi, Adam. Gio is playing for you. I'll take line 6.
Sorry, Adam.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. I'm playing for you. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Gio is here. Spanish and Galvin are here. And Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to play 7-letter words in 1970s songs. Okay, so I'm going to give you a song title. You're going to give me the missing 7-letter word.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
From songs from the 1970s.
Mhm.
First one, Sweet Home.
Alabama.
Galvin. In the UK.
Anarchy.
Mike. The Night.
Because.
Mike.
I didn't hear you. Somebody was hiccuping
Yeah.
and then giggling afterwards.
I'm very sorry.
It sounded like when the kid from Willy Wonka swallowed the everlasting gobstopper.
I was not intentionally trying to throw off the game. I apologize.
No point.
Yes, Mike got the
All right,
point.
good.
All right, 7-letter missing word from 1970 songs. Your next one, Hot. Foreigner.
Blooded.
Hot.
Jesus.
Blooded. Galvin. Take Me Home.
Tonight.
Roads.
Country.
Mike.
Ooh, that's got to hurt Spanish.
Queen.
Dancing.
Galvin. Rappers.
Delight.
Spanish. More than a.
Feeling.
Galvin. The devil went down
Georgia.
to. Mike. Yellow Brick Road.
Did I
Elton
answer?
John.
I just said row.
Goodbye.
Goodbye is what I was looking
Gio.
for.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you say it and then I got it like 3 seconds
Yeah.
after you?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like,
And you went, goodbye!
Your next one. To Hell.
Highway.
Spanish. Disco.
Inferno.
Spanish. And Pap Pap. We're halfway there.
Gio is on the board. He has a single solitary point. Spanish has 3, and Michael and Galvin are tied with 4.
All right.
All right. 7-letter missing words from these 1970s songs. Your next one. Me Softly with
Killing.
his song. Spanish. Rock.
Crocodile.
The B-52s.
Lobster.
Yes. Geo. In a bottle.
Message.
Message.
Genie.
Galvin. Feliz.
Navidad.
Spanish. My.
Sharona.
Galvin.
Oh.
Your. Ringo Starr.
Octopus.
Your blank.
You're a Sharona.
Awesome.
Banana.
No, I was looking for your 16.
You're beautiful.
Man.
And you're mine.
I was going to say, the big hit by Ringo, but it was actually a big hit.
Of swing.
Sultans.
Spanish.
No, he said Sultan and Sultans.
You are correct.
Thank you.
Calvin.
Great game.
I will.
Survive.
Galvin and Pap. We're in the last 3.
Gio has 2 points. Michael has 4. Spanish has 5. And Galvin is your leader. He's winning with 8.
What do I have?
4.
Damn it.
Damn it.
All right, last 3. Here we go. Up in blue.
Tangled.
Galvin. Bells.
Hells. No.
Nope, that's not 7.
Tubular.
Tubular is correct. Galvin.
Tubular bells.
That. Ding, ding, ding.
And your last one. Carry on.
Wayward.
Son. Wayward. Galvin.
I don't wait a minute.
Damn it.
Your final score.
I love this song. Yeah. Sultans of Swing. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Volume 3.
Gio was on the board with 2 points. Michael had 4. Spanish with 5. And Galvin, your triumphant champion, he won with 11.
Kachaya! Woo! Trademark 2023.
Thank you. Why is
Give me
the
a little
music silent?
Knopfler. Come on.
I can't. The other one's still on.
Kill the other one, Carbon.
I did.
You feel alright when you hear the music ring.
You're a Sultan.
You know a guitar player is good when he does not play with a pick. When he
Yeah.
plays with his fingers.
Oh,
That's what Mark Knopfler does.
Naughty.
Has a dinosaur named after him.
Does he really?
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
You never saw an Aplosaurus, have you?
they weren't in Jurassic Park. No, not that I remember.
Right.
Gavin likes music. He's gonna sporkle. Way to go, Calvin.
I know you're good, but what am I?
All right. You guys seem to be getting worse at that.
We're running out of Pee Wee Herman things.
Francis.
So what is that? 4 Spanish?
That is your third
Third.
win
Oh, third.
in a row.
Damn it.
Yeah,
All right.
5. So congratulations.
Thank you, but
Yeah.
2 more is gonna be tough.
Can we get rid of the Pee Wee Herman if you win the next one?
Yeah. I'll come up with
all
like
right.
2 new rules.
All right.
Do that. All right. If it happens.
What do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Coming up in news today, is it enough? Hurricakes and tiny turtle kisses.
Tiny turtle kisses. Can I tell you, I did something yesterday that was very depressing for me that you guys aren't going to care about at all.
Said goodbye to your turtle.
Oh, he's
Oh.
right there.
Skip dinner.
Oh.
Wow.
Why is that funny?
Because why would he say that?
Why do you have to accentuate it and make it worse?
I'm laughing at the idea that Gio's poking
Of
fun
him
at.
skipping a dinner?
skipping
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah. Why would he do that?
You're
That's
a real-
insensitive.
You're a real jerk.
Everybody knows you would never skip dinner.
See,
Yeah, why
now
would you
again,
want?
Why
you're a
do
Why
you
real
would
say
you
that?
want to be
Gonna
hungry?
get
Who,
punched in the face.
who likes to go to
Wow.
bed hungry? Is what I'm saying. Nobody does.
This guy cooked dinner last night.
See, I
Thank
knew
you.
you did.
I was
Yeah.
close.
A nice healthy salmon meal last night in Spanish. I don't need you
That's good.
to bring me down.
Delicious.
Pocket salmon?
Nope, came straight from the fish person.
That's good.
I almost said the butcher, but
Fish
did not come
person.
from the butcher. Anyway, I canceled my Pearl Jam in Austin. concert.
Both of them?
Yeah, they're both canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Are you going to Chicago?
None.
I'm not going to Chicago, and I'm not going to Austin. It's just too much. I have too much going on this month that I need to take time off for or miss a day. I don't want to miss 4 days out of the week.
Well, I
to
thought
go
with
to concert.
Austin you were going to be able to do the thing from
I am
Two Bears.
but I am able to do it. But do we really want to get up after being at a concert the night before to go the next day to do a show and we're an hour behind? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, it's just better to skip
So
it.
then the other question is, you're not doing that. Are you going on Bert's cruise?
Yes.
Yeah, that I'm doing.
And who is going with you? Has
Are
that
you
been
gonna- are
has that
you-
been decided yet, or is there?
Are
a-
you going to tell Joe you're going to break Joe the bad news that you're taking me and Gio? Or
I'm in.
Gio is the first one to say he was in.
If
so-
you
Well,
don't,
I thought you were
listen,
choosing.
If you don't have the password, you can't go on the cruise.
So,
Mike Calta, the
You're-
Mike Calta show.
are you choosing who's going, or Gio just said he's going, so now he's in? Is that how?
How come
Because
he
I could
gets to
say it.
choose?
I'm
Whoa,
in.
whoa! Slow it down. First of all,
Jeez, these guys.
Would you skip dinner? Take it easy.
you won't even get up in time for the cruise. You were
I'll
asleep
be
at
there.
2:40 in the afternoon the other
I
day.
would taking a nap.
You wouldn't.
So am I
That's
correct
fun.
in understanding then Gio is in?
Thank you.
Now one more space is available.
Yes, but I don't.
Carmen and I are both out.
Yeah, I know you and Carmen are out. Gio is
That's
in.
not fair.
One space
Oh,
is available.
Carmen's back in.
Oh, okay.
I'll take Carmen.
All right.
Carmen, if you want to go, I'll kick everybody else out. Just be me, you, and your pimples.
Oof.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So I think
me
it's.
and Carmen sharing a room.
Oh my god.
Is
Hello,
there-
hello, Mr. Mike.
Murder.
Is there anything I can get you? Yes. New pillowcases.
You have a dustbuster? It's
How's
me, Gio, and Joey. That's going to be the final. Joey,
Oh.
my son, not Joey.
That's the
Pat,
final.
Pat.
So
Yeah.
empty space.
What's that?
Empty space. You would rather take no one than taking
Yeah,
Spanish or
I
Joe.
can't separate Spanish and Joe.
Oh.
What?
We're
not-
I mean,
You want to be? You would go and leave Joe home?
listen. Sugar Pants is around.
Yeah.
Joe, you would go and leave Spanish?
Yeah,
Oh,
See?
Oh.
we would both.
Yeah, why
Listen.
not?
Huh.
I mean, I enjoy vacationing with Anthony.
I also
I-
enjoy
so
vacationing
then
with
you guys go on vacation when we're gone.
Well, we'll have a staycation while you're gone.
Give a gaycation when
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah. Well, that's a.
I'm
Wednesday.
very excited. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, I don't
Thank you,
wanna
Gio.
go.
I'm looking forward to being. Gio's a good travel partner.
Thank you.
What
No,
if
Gio
you,
said, "I'm going to go look at this castle, and so I'm going to sit here and eat soup."
what if you just put a little raft in your pool and these guys come over and visit? They just sit in the raft.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that if you want. Don't come inside, but you can sit in the raft.
Yeah, I'm down. I would sit in a raft.
You
I'd
can,
sit
you
in
can
your
check
raft.
the lines and sit in the raft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretend
Okay.
you're on
all
a
right,
cruise.
okay. We'll get a little dinghy put in your pool.
All right, we got to take a break. Galvin, as your news. We'll do that right when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about Jeff Borum and the folks at TeamBorum.com. Team Borum, that is who you need to call if you're looking to sell your home. Say you need to sell your home quickly because you got another home that you already bought. You were like, we didn't think we were going to find our dream home this quick. And now you're panicking. You're like, I don't want to pay for that one. Don't worry about it. Team Borum deals with this stuff all the time. And they know how to move your home quick and get a great price for it. They do marketing that is unbelievable, gets it in front of the most eyes, and that's when the people start falling in love with your home, seeing themselves living in your home, and then paying top dollar for your home. And you don't have to panic and worry about any of it because Team Borum and eXp Realty does it all for you. And if you're looking to sell your home, of course, you get the same great service. They put your home on the market, and they get it out there in front of the most people. It is TeamBorum.com. Don't go through all the real estate stuff on your own. Let a whole team work for you with Jeff and his team at eXp Realty. Team Borum, BORHAM.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get right into news. And don't forget also, heart disease and cancer are silent killers, but you're going to want to get scanned, like our friend Martine Gramatica tells us. For you and the family, get peace of mind by Lifeguard Imaging. You go to Lifeguard Imaging and get scanned. You can book it today at lifeguardimaging.com. News is next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. 7:17 on the Mike Calta Show. You guys know this song? Joe, I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Lido Shuffle, which is made famous by Boz Scaggs, but not being sung by Boz Scaggs. It's a cover that I quite enjoy.
I feel like I know this.
No, you don't know it, Galvin.
No?
Not a famous band. A cover band that just does yacht rock, and that band is called Yachtly Crew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I love it. I love it.
I would definitely go see them.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That'd be a good...
There is a yacht music band coming to the Capitol Theater. I think I saw it online, but not like these guys. These guys wear the little captain's hats and stuff.
Right.
And Yachtly Crew they're great musicians. Like, they do all the covers.
I love different stuff like that, like Yachtly Crew. I like the Bobby Knight Rangers.
Yeah.
Just different things like that where they kind of...
Now, this is the king of yacht rock,
Christopher Cross.
Oh,
Christopher Cross, who this is Yachtly Crew, though, doing Ride Like the Wind. I would love to have a yacht party. We rent a yacht, we have a party, we get Yachtly Crew play for it.
Yeah.
And we all drink Bud Light and champagne flutes.
hell
I'd be
yeah.
down with that. Yachtly Crew. You can find
Guy's
them
got a
on
good voice.
Spotify. Yeah, they're great. They give a little bit of a tougher edge to most of those yacht rock songs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:19 in the a.m. Make sure, if you're not looking, make sure you check us out on Instagram. It's weird that we have 2 million people listening and 56,000 followers. If you're not following us, go do it now at the Mike Calta Show. There's some great stuff on there, including last week when I went to Wake Up Spanish in his home at 2:40 in the afternoon, and he was sleeping while his girlfriend was putting together a 2,000-piece puzzle.
That's right.
Yep.
Just the weirdest things. Everybody pointed out in the video, and I get it. I do the same thing when I'm looking at other people's stuff. I try to find something that nobody else does. Everybody pointed out that there just happened to be a Glock case there in the picture. The whole point of me being there was bringing you the Glock.
Right.
So it wasn't like, oh, you caught us.
Yeah.
It was, I put it down so that I could take the video.
I usually sleep with it in bed.
Now you do?
Yeah.
Please, to God, love of God, don't accidentally shoot Charisma.
Joe? Oh.
No, I don't care about
Oh,
Joe.
that won't be an accident.
Don't shoot Charisma.
I won't.
That would make me so sad if
I
I
won't-
knew
yeah.
I had something to do with that.
I would never.
They usually just leave a gun in the middle of the kitchen floor, and if they hear anything, it's whoever gets their
Yeah,
wrist.
yeah. Omar was like, "Do you think it's safe to give Spanish a gun?" And I go, "No,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
not."
It
Yeah.
definitely is. I only every once in a while, Joe and I go outside and shoot it up into the air.
Oh, that's
Just
not
Every
even,
once in a
only
while.
that's not even funny. They're
Yeah.
going to start circling your
Yeah.
neighborhood now.
Have you put up a new batch of things that look like Pap yet?
No, I have.
'Cause I sent you-
Yeah, I have that saved.
Those are
That's going to be in the
pretty
next
great.
one.
I sent him a sweet one from the concert the other night.
It was good too.
Yeah.
It was good.
Did
That'll
you
probably
s-
go up today.
Did you see the guy leaving the neighborhood on Friday? Probably not. But we were leaving this neighborhood on Friday after we were following you, and there was a guy driving a truck that looked just like Joe, and he was
slowed down.
He was. No lie, he was pulling into the neighborhood and slowed down, and Joe and him locked eyes like there was a ripple in
What if-
space time.
yeah, what if
Access to
they
the
were like-
universe.
Yeah. It
What
was
if that guy's
crazy.
Joe next week?
Dude.
Next
he-
week, Steve Hurley calls and says, "Hey, we got a truck for Joe."
Bang recognized game,
Oh,
bro.
Yeah,
my
You
God.
should
White
have
beard.
asked him if he had the password.
I used to date a girl for a long time whose brother had Down syndrome, and me and the brother got along great. Like, the kid was he was older than me, but he was a kid. He was like a fun kid. Anyway, when we went out one time to a Christmas fair, and there was a kid with Down syndrome walking towards us, and we were walking in, and they locked eyes. Actually, her brother didn't see him, but that kid saw him, and I saw him lock on, and he was like, like he'd never seen another person with Down syndrome before. That was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So that's what I pictured
That's
Joe
the same
walking on
moment I had.
himself.
100% the same.
Yeah.
It was really weird because you could see through the window that he had long hair and it was white on the bottom, and he had a beard and a
It's
mustache.
Joe from the future.
Yeah, and it was a white beard with a black mustache, and I was like, bro.
It's like that meme with Elliot Page in the car.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's
And,
another one.
I don't like it.
Can I tell you, there's a couple of things I probably shouldn't give these away on the air, but they're not really used anymore. But like, my girlfriend's brother's name was Augustine, but they called him Googie because when she was little, she couldn't say it, so they just called him Googie. So when Googie saw the other kid and they locked eyes, I was telling Pete about that because that was a really amazing thing to see. And now whenever we walk into a bar or a restaurant or something, and a girl sees me and looks at me, and Pete goes, "That girl's Googie and you from over there." I mean, this is 30 years later, and Pete's still saying, "I Googied you." And there's another one I'm going to give away right now. Our friend Chris, his mom's boyfriend's name was Russ. And he said sometimes when he lived with his mom and Russ, he would bring girls home, and girls would get up in the middle of the night to go pee, like naked or whatever. And they didn't know Russ would be sitting there on the couch or whatever. So his thing was he's like, "Oh, I'd recognize that girl. I know that girl." So now if you met a girl, if we meet a girl that I had hooked up with and Amanda's there and we don't really want to talk about that, Pete will just go, "Does she know Russ?" And I'll go, "Yeah, she's met Russ before." So now we can never use those.
How about Russ, the creep, just
I
checking
know.
out
Oh, yeah.
some high school?
Russ was sitting on the couch
What's
watching
up?
TV. He didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Okay, hey,
Yeah.
hey."
I always stay up late.
I think Russ heard you guys and was like, "Quick, get out to the living room." Just sat there. Sooner or later, she's gonna use the bathroom.
She know Russ is one of the greatest terms ever.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Calvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Pete just texted me, "No," with exclamation points. Don't worry. He wrote, "Don't, no."
Oh, you pulled back the curtain.
Nobody's listening, Pete. Don't worry about it. Galvin, what do we have in news today?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. Listen, the future is here for your feet. They've got the 3D foot scanning technology that'll truly give you and your family the perfect fit. So stop into a Pelt Shoe location near you. There's 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Whenever you stop in there, you want to save some money? Of course you do. Well, it's back to school right now. They've got savings going on all month long. And whenever you're in there, make sure you whisper my name, Galvin. And you're going to get 10% off your first purchase. Pelt Shoes, get them at Pelts. So President Joe Biden on Monday praised the remarkable resilience of the people of Maui after wildfires killed more than 114 people on the Hawaiian island 2 weeks ago, and said America will stand by them for as long as it takes, saying, quote, "We're focused on what's next. That's rebuilding for the long term and doing it together." He added that he would make sure that, quote, "Your voices are heard and local traditions and wishes were respected."
Well, thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Spanish blew my mind yesterday. I don't even want to talk about it. Spanish showed me lasers that would, right? Is it with lasers? Lasers that would only hit certain colors and do damage.
Based on wavelength.
Yeah,
frequency,
like he'd be like, anything that's blue is getting destroyed. Anything that's yellow is getting destroyed. And he was like, they have different. And if you look at the devastation, there's like a red truck untouched, a red house untouched. And I was like, stop telling me these things. I don't want to know what's going on anymore.
It was weird. It was a physics professor. I guess he had some lasers in his lab, and he was showing, an example. And he had shirts down, and they were different colors, and he dragged the laser over them, and it would only burn the certain colors, and it wouldn't burn the other ones. And then he would cut that with video of the devastation left over, and it was like umbrellas, cars, and a couple houses all had the same color that were not touched.
That's wild.
It is very coincidental.
You're blowing my mind now. And at first, like my brother and Dom were just in the area where the fires were a week before they happened. Like they were just there. And now that area is devastated. These guys were like, we were just there. It was amazing. We had this restaurant. Now the whole thing is gone. And it's sad to think about. And I asked, well, why did this happen? And they said, Hawaii is the second windiest place in the United States. And once the fire started, the wind blew through, and the hurricane winds, blah blah blah. And it seemed like pretty logical. Then the more you talk to other people and the more you hear all these things, I have no idea. The people buying up the land and all that stuff.
The
It's just
government
insane.
is putting
I
in
would
bids
say
for the land.
Keep an eye on who gets the construction contracts to
Yeah.
rebuild.
Sure.
And keep an eye on who
Why, Carmen? Why?
Follow the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
construction contracts and land purchases.
And it's just crazy that all the people, all the natives that lived there, all their houses burned down, but all the famous celebrities, Bill Gates, Lady Gaga.
Well, they weren't all in the same area.
Yeah. By the way,
But
when
it's just
Carmen says native, she means locals.
Yeah.
I don't want
Right.
I don't want anybody to yell at you and be like, they're not natives. You know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, locals. But it's just crazy that all the famous people, their houses were not touched, but yet all the local houses were burnt down.
Yeah, I mean, Mick
It's-
Fleetwood
it's-
lost his restaurant but didn't touch his house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, right?
And they're doing the whole push for the new plan is to make everything green on that island. So it's
The
like
15-minute
whole-
city?
Basically, yeah, they're not calling it that, but it's like everything's going to be run by AI and all
Will
that.
they get north of $80 billion to rebuild like we sent over to Ukraine?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I saw a thing yesterday where it was a video where a kid had claimed to have come from the future, and he blurred out his face, but he showed a bunch of stuff that he brought back in the future. And in the future, one of the questions that they always ask, like Nori always asks, and the guy before him, who is the president of the future? In the future, 2070, I think it was, AI, a benevolent AI program,
Yeah.
is the
Well, they
Is
have
the
a
leader.
city right now. I want to say it's in Oregon, but what they did is they took a neighborhood that was just a very poor, rundown neighborhood. A lot of people were addicted to drugs, and they had an AI program go in and put them all into like a living area with AI running it. And the crime is down. Nobody's addicted to drugs. They're all,
probably
better
killed all the drug addicts.
citizens. Yeah, it's really interesting when you have, examples of this happening right now in the US of these 15-minute cities and everything run by AI. It's not, it's not something 5 years down the road. This is a year from now. They have new legislation that they're passing weekly.
Maybe that's what happened. So Trump would not participate in the peaceful transfer of power. Maybe the AI doesn't want to be peaceful about it either.
Well, there is. This is a real conspiracy theory that the BlackRock AI program is just run amok, and it's been buying everything up, and it basically owns upwards to 60% of the world GDP. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when you look into what
no,
they're
what's
buying
crazy
up.
is that none of us know what to believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Former President Donald Trump plans to turn himself in and be processed at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday, following his agreement earlier Monday to a $200,000 bond and other release conditions. I'll be going to Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday to be arrested, Trump wrote on Truth Social, arrested all in capital letters. Several co-defendants in the sweeping Georgia racketeering case have also agreed to the terms of their bond agreements with the district attorney's office.
You think Trump gets clipped?
No way.
No.
You don't think this is the time now? Just think about it. He is ruining this next election for people. And I'm not, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying Trump's the bad guy. What I'm saying is he's ruining the election for all of the elites, for all of even for the Republican Party. They can't put a candidate forward to beat a guy who's getting arrested next week. And then the Democrats are like, he's screwing everything else up for us. If they're going to clip him, now's the time to do it. He's in public. He's going to get turned in on the way out of jail.
Did you see the sign that got burned? The guy had a sign out front of his house, Trump won or something like that, or Trump 2024. I don't even know what it was. Something Trump. But a guy comes by on a bike, and the guy has the bike helmet and the bike shorts on and stuff and the clip-in shoes and stuff. And comes over, and he's all on camera. Like, if you think that you're doing anything that's not on camera now, you're an idiot. But he comes over, and he looks, and he goes, and he lights it on fire and burns it. And so then they show that, and that was at, like, whatever, 8:15. And then later that day, the guy put a new sign out there, and this guy comes back and looks around and goes over and burns it. And, of course, he got identified immediately because, one, probably lives in the neighborhood if
Yeah.
he's biking, whatever. Also, he had a big tattoo on his forearm that was like, a tattoo that easily identified. Plus, you could see his face and everything.
It said
I think,
Biden.
I think he wound up being a dentist or something. But
Yeah.
there you go. You just ruined your life, dum-dum. Although he probably won't get in that much trouble. He'll have to pay a fine or whatever. You know.
People
It's
just
arson.
lost their minds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
arson, but if they, it'll probably just be destruction of property
Yeah.
or something.
There's a group of people like, hell yeah, burn that
know.
sign.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never. I hate the Red Sox, and I never wanted to look at a Red Sox flag and be like, I gotta set that
Right.
on fire. And I'm like, it's just not worth it.
That's why I don't put any bumper stickers on my car or anything like that, because no matter what you like, there's somebody that dislikes it, and I don't want somebody going by my car and being like, no, I don't like that, and kicking it or breaking the window. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's no that he has a heart attack.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, either way.
Yeah,
So
he has
Trump-
If-
Do you want to
Yeah.
put that in parentheses?
Yeah.
yeah.
He
has one of
Epstein's
those.
himself?
Yeah,
I mean, they say he is obese.
yeah.
If he does die like that, then Trump Jr. is going to be running on the Hillary killed my father platform.
Oh my God.
People would lose their mind.
God.
I'm not from the future or anything, but you know who I say will be president soon?
Who?
Because he will just take over by fighting the world and nobody will be able to stop him. Barron Trump. Have you seen him?
I
He's
know.
giant.
Yeah.
He is a giant. How tall is that kid now?
Well, Trump's tall.
Yeah, but not that. He looks like he's about 6'8"
Right,
or
but
6'9".
His
He's
mother's a
6'7".
model too.
6'7"?
So,
Okay.
she's
I know.
probably tall.
I'm not saying like it's impossible for that to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
But there is a picture of him the other day with the
Plus, Trump probably was like, give him steroids,
yeah, with some
make him bigger than the rest of my sons.
regular old lady that came up to like his waist. He was like this, you know. it was
He's got
crazy.
the super serum like Captain America.
Yeah,
Pump him full of steroids.
Listen, I don't want to get anybody excited. Is it enough? I don't know. But Powerball drawing tomorrow night is up to $313 million.
We're gonna be rich.
That's nothing.
no, nobody
I'm not
cares.
sure. I'll only
I'm
give
in.
you guys $50 each.
Nobody cares.
Oh man.
I
Listen,
bet you guys are going to win.
I'll take it. Gio, nobody's saying, by the way, is that Dan Aykroyd doing a character? Right? What is going on?
Oh my God.
Everybody in Oklahoma.
Nobody's saying we are definitely going to win. We're saying, wouldn't it be great if we did?
Yeah.
And you're going to have a miserable life.
Listen,
because
I'm rooting for all you guys. Keep spending your money.
Thank
listen,
you. I appreciate
I'm going to ruin your life if I win the Powerball.
Yeah, you put him back on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dad.
He's going to be lucky to be on the porch. Floridians have a complicated relationship with hurricanes. One way some of the people would make light of the serious threat of hurricanes is getting a Publix hurricane-themed cake, or as we like to call them, Hurricakes. The cakes would have a message like "Go away" or "Leave Florida alone," showing Floridians' disdain for the yearly weather events. Well, now canceled due to sensitivity concerns. Publix is no longer baking hurricane-themed cakes.
I do remember
for Florida
those in the
customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like what?
For
it's
hurricane
it's
parties.
A cake.
It's
Yeah.
Well, because people die in hurricanes,
Yeah.
and you know
people
you're
die all
making
the
light of
time.
it.
You this is what you do. You go to Goodwill, you buy a bunch of kids' little action figures, you soak them for a couple of days, get all the germs off them. You go buy a giant cake at Publix, and then you just lay them across the cake, and you go aftermath.
Yeah, but
Aftermath.
also you get a sheet cake and get some icing and
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
You know, per company policy, the Hurricakes can no longer be made due to them making light of these natural disasters.
Hurry jerks.
Jesus.
Can I make a light of it? There, I mean,
We
Jesus.
used to have hurricane parties.
Yeah, we
Well,
still do.
Why can't we do that?
I don't know.
You can, Joe.
Thank
If you can have Nazi memorabilia.
Yeah,
you can.
that's right.
Nobody's stopping it.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Galvin. I
Hurricane
appreciate that.
party is the least of your problems.
This is something, you know, we're talking about energy weapons and inducing heart attacks, and who knows whether this fire or how it was started and all this stuff. Just another thing for you to worry about. A new report found that near misses where two planes almost collide are a lot more common than you'd think.
Yeah. Oh, if you ever watch that movie with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton, where they're air traffic controllers,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
show
yeah,
you how
yeah.
not Tin Man.
moving tin, pushing tin,
Pushing Tin, yeah.
You watch how they're deprived of sleep and light, and you know they're all drinking coffee and Red Bulls, and you know they're just by the hair of their ass getting all these
And
planes
they
to
say
pass
that
each
those
other.
are like the most stressed out people and stuff. Well, according to a leaked FAA report, there were at least 46 involving commercial airliners in the U.S. just last month.
Oh,
So more than one per day near misses in July. We just never hear about them. Before you freak out too much, though, they say there hasn't been a major plane crash in the U.S. in 14 years,
Yeah.
which is a record. which makes you. Yeah.
I think that the near misses are common because there's just so much traffic.
Yeah.
Like it's not really that they're almost hitting each other; it's that they're close to each other because they have to cram them in.
Well, the reason there aren't as many whatever is because of newer safety features like collision warnings and stuff. But when you think of how big the planes are, how fast they're moving, some of these near misses really have to be pretty close, and they're most likely to happen near the airport. So when they're
that's
taking off or landing.
crazy. You mentioned energy weapons, Calvin.
Yes.
Joe has video, and I'm telling you right now, if you're watching the show, pay attention to this. If not, get your phone and search this on YouTube. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, and we can't quite figure out if it's real or not. I mean, it's real. It really happened, but what? So,
But we don't know that.
well, I mean, you can tell from the video that there was an event like this that happened. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell by the people's reactions. There was a Lana Del Rey concert, and in that concert, it appears that some sort of energy field comes out. And I don't mean to be Star Trek-like by saying energy field, but there is an invisible force that gets almost like shot out from this front of the stage, and everybody falls back immediately, but like in a domino effect. Now, you can fall and knock down 2 rows of people behind you, but the quickness in which this happens and how fast it spreads is unbelievable. I can't scientifically try and figure out what happened. Now, if there was an explosion, this is the kind of result you'll see from an explosion. Like anytime you see a test of a nuclear bomb or something, it's the way it does it. It spreads out really fast and wipes everything out, knocks everything down. This is a much lighter version of that. Can you play it, Joe? Yeah. Is that you have a different view?
Yeah, there's an up view from behind the crowd, and then there's one up close.
The view from behind the crowd is amazing. All right, I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah, you can see it spreading like that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you got
That's a bad version.
You got the other one, Joe, the one that you can actually see.
Jeez, the worst version.
Everybody else saw the other version.
Yeah.
Joe pulls the version
worst.
from the satellite.
Do we have it?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Watch it now. That's amazing.
So what are they saying that it was?
I don't know. Nobody's really talking about it.
So there's no official comment,
Right.
You know, but the quote unquote experts that do crowd control said that if it's not an energy weapon, because of how close everybody is and everybody in here who's been in a show, all it takes is 5 people to push back real hard.
No way.
I agree with you. I don't think there's any way that happens. But
here's the other thing: is why haven't we heard from anybody who was at that show that got pushed? You would think that they'd be on there going, "Oh my God, it was crazy," whatever. Which makes me think that this is some sort of fake effect that they did with the camera. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't tell a lot of times with these alien videos and stuff, but if this is fake, it's a pretty good fake.
But it looks good, like out of a movie. But we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw the bear chasing the lady down the mountain on the skis, it's like I don't know what to believe anymore.
They were saying it was like the domino effect, and then there was other videos at concerts of people falling down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
But
It
not like
doesn't
that.
go that fast.
yeah.
Like
Because they say everybody's packed in there so much.
So,
that
but the
one
thing
person
is that
falls.
if you fall, if everybody's packed in that much and one person falls, that's probably not going to push everybody down. They're all
Not quick like that.
But I mean, if one row of people fall, they're not going to push 20 rows fast like that.
I
no
agree
way.
with you. Yeah.
And that thing went out. I mean, that's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
There's no, like you were saying, Galvin, there's no official comment on this. There are a bunch of people in the comments who they say that they've been to other shows where these types of things have happened. So I don't know if we will get a comment. Because if they're testing whatever, nobody's going to say anything.
I'm going to tell Rob Zombie to try it this weekend.
Wild.
I'll be out there.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper will do it. Everybody flies back and then gets in the guillotine. Right? We'll figure
So
it
you
out.
think they're testing weapons?
I don't think it's a weapon.
Yeah, it's just crowd control.
But that's what it could be.
Yeah.
It could be a crowd control thing that accidentally went off. So if
Or went off on purpose.
Yeah.
But if there is a situation, they can hit that and they go back. Whatever.
Carmen, there's a lot of weapons that the government tests that are non-lethal.
Right.
We were talking about one yesterday that was a laser beam that they'd shoot at you that would instantly burn your skin, like you'd feel like it was burning, but then when they stopped it, it goes away and there's no marks or nothing left over. There was another one that was smell related. they would like, you know how sometimes you go into a convenience store and the Middle Eastern people kind of stink like BO? It's because their tradition, that's not stinky to them. So if you go to their area where they live, they don't think it's smelly because they're so used to it. But we do. So, but they do, let's just say, hate the smell of fish, right? So that they would find out what the culture hates, and they would make a bomb that would stink like something they hate. So we'd get hit with a BO bomb, they'd get hit with a fish bomb.
Yeah.
So it was all like lethal ways to, non-lethal ways to attack or control.
Still, the best one is from Minority Report, the
Yeah.
6 sticks.
Vomit
Those
stick,
are,
yeah.
those are so
Yeah.
awesome. If you got hit with something that made you uncontrollably vomit
Oh.
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
doing that, you can't fight. You can't do anything, you know?
How about the Havana syndrome, where the people, they got that massive headache for days?
yeah.
They were running a fever. They couldn't do anything. Yeah.
Crazy.
They got some crazy energy weapons.
Another way you can get sick, the CDC is asking people to please stop kissing and snuggling your turtles.
Oh, what?
Yeah. They linked to a salmonella outbreak that sickened at least 26 people in 11 states. So stop kissing and snuggling your pet turtles.
I mean, what's the point of having a turtle, man?
Yeah.
We can't do anything fun anymore.
Can't snuggle.
I don't kiss or snuggle Ralphie,
I don't
but
believe
I do
that.
pet him.
Yeah.
Pet
I don't
him a
believe
lot.
that. I believe.
I rub his head and his
Do you
shell.
brush him? Do you have like a brush for his back?
I don't.
Oh, he loves it.
Well, how do you know?
They
You see
love
that
it.
video?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Uh,
their shells are really sensitive.
Yeah.
I know. I pet him. He likes that, and then I hose him off a lot. He
But I
likes
thought you were
that,
gonna put like a little car wash out there where
Yeah.
he could do his own little scrubbing and
Brush
stuff.
action,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. A FedEx delivery person in Nebraska used garage tools to kill a rattlesnake he found outside someone's door when he was doing a delivery. He actually left a note and said, quote, "I hope you didn't have a pet rattlesnake because I killed him.
Oh.
Sorry about the blood." According to reports, the snake was not a pet. So
thank
he
God.
was okay. Was that you killed Roger, our rattlesnake?
Do you know what I sent my wife yesterday? Like, have you
A rattlesnake?
Well, while I was out last week, did you see the video of the snake in the toilet? Nobody saw it. That was like all over the news.
No.
It was a giant snake, and a woman is just screaming, "I was just in there. I
Oh,
was
she's
just in there."
pregnant, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
goes in, and this giant snake is just sitting in her toilet. So I saw a video yesterday sent to my wife. They showed you how easy it is for a rodent to get up in your
Oh,
toilet.
yeah.
They have a
They show the rat, and he
yeah.
like swims up and
they
it
have
goes
a
under.
half toilet,
Yeah.
so that you could see the other side as plexiglass, and it shows just a rat outside crawls in the hole and
Yep.
up the yeah. It was
I was
that was
watching.
scarier than the snake.
There was a documentary about how like New York City is overrun with rats, and they were showing how they get into
What?
the apartment buildings, and they literally swim through the pipes like that. And they show the side cut. It's crazy.
That
pretty
is
awful.
foul.
Yeah,
That is
I'm
a new
telling you.
fear. Thank you for telling me
but
about
it's
that.
why we're afraid of rodents and snakes. We're afraid they're going to go in our butt somehow.
Well, and they have the pythons that are like 10 feet
I'm
long now.
I'm not afraid of a 10-foot python.
Oh.
I'm afraid of it if it's crawling on me. I'm not afraid to be in the jungle and see it. But if I'm outside and a little rat goes running by, I go, "Hi." Yeah. I don't want it in my butt.
Do you know what a rat king is?
No.
Have you ever heard of a rat king?
That's what's his name? Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Rat king is when a bunch of rats are all together and their tails entwine and they can't release themselves, and it's just a big group of rats all together, like trying to get away because they're all entangled. Yeah, how
my
scary would that be? Yeah.
Dude, what?
Imagine a bunch of rats and then like 50 of them all together going, ah! Yeah.
You also
Rat
just
king.
described Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
I don't like rats at all. I don't know what it is. I'm not afraid of them. They can nibble, bite, whatever.
I think I'd rather rat in the toilet than snake. I'm looking at Joe's video.
Yeah, a snake will go.
Would
Yeah.
anybody here have a pet rat?
Yeah.
No.
Spanish used to have
Yeah.
a pet
Spanish
rat.
used
I
to have a
had
pet
numerous
rat.
pet rats. Yeah, 3.
What
They
a
were great.
weirdo.
They were.
How'd you ever get a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot
I don't even
girlfriend.
understand
They're
it.
cute. They're cute.
Your girlfriend?
Well, that and the rats.
Have you ever heard of the term screen apnea?
No.
See if you
No.
can figure this out. What is
Like
screen
you look
apnea?
at the screen so long you can't sleep?
Not you can't sleep, you stop breathing.
Oh.
It's like sleep apnea where you stop breathing, except it happens when you're checking your email or you get too focused on something and you stop breathing because you're overstimulated by it. And yeah, and then they're if you stop breathing because you're looking at TikTok, you deserve to die,
Oh,
right?
man.
I follow some accounts that stop me from doing that.
Take my breath away.
There have been some where I've gone,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
Stop
my goodness.
breathing.
Wow.
What?
Today is National Tooth Fairy Day.
Yay.
In a poll, 81% of Americans say the Tooth Fairy is welcome in their home, which apparently means 19% say beat it, Tooth Fairy. The national average payout is how much per tooth?
$5.
Carmen says 5.
20.
20.
Oh my
I'm
God.
coming to your house.
I agree with Carmen.
$6.
You say 5. You say 6.
$10.
$10.
Oh.
Joe's the closest. Average $6.23 per tooth.
Yeah.
So
pretty good.
people usually between 5 and 10, or 5 and 8, I guess. I don't know.
I wouldn't leave change.
So my daughter said to me earlier in the year, she said, I believe in Santa Claus, but I don't believe in the Tooth Fairy. And I said, why? And she goes, honestly, think about it. So you're telling me my tooth falls out, I put it under the pillow in hopes that an old fat lady comes in and takes it and leaves money and then makes a house out of your teeth. And I go, she's making a house out
Yeah,
of your teeth?
I know.
I
I
go,
wasn't
did you
aware of
add
that.
that in? That's a new part. I didn't know about that.
You ever see what they say the Tooth Fairy would look like if it was real?
No.
It's just a person covered in human teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
terrifying.
Well, according to Juliana, she's just living in teeth, enamel covered houses.
By the way, you're writing folk songs and your daughter's writing country songs. I don't
Yeah.
believe in Santa Claus. Or I believe in Santa Claus, but I
I
don't
believe
in
in Santa Claus. I gave up on the Tooth Fairy.
So today is National Tooth Fairy Day. It is also, this is kind of a weird one, National Take Your Cat to the Vet Day.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No? You're not
When it
talking-
goes, it goes.
Well, when you
No.
take it to the vet, it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And comes back.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery style.
It is really hard for us to get our cat into like the little cat box.
They don't like the cat
Have
box
you ever
at
seen,
all.
have you ever
She'll fight
seen
you,
that
man.
thing that they have? The net?
I
Have you ever
gotta
seen
get
that?
one. No, I gotta get one.
It's like a open thing like this, whatever, that has nets on either side, and you close it, and it just closes flat on the cat, and the cat
yeah.
like this.
Yeah. I gotta get one of those because she is an angry.
Why don't you
Oh,
get
yeah.
one of those backpacks that got the little astronaut lookout window?
She
Yeah.
won't go in there, man.
No.
She's
What
so
about
mean.
like a leash? Does it do a leash or no?
She doesn't let you put. She won't let you put anything around her.
She doesn't
yeah.
even like a collar.
Yeah.
Even with
yeah.
like a harness? What about
Nah,
a
she
harness?
don't
That
like
cat does not want to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, that
You
cat
stole
loves
that
it.
cat. No,
No.
you stole
Oh,
that
we
cat.
definitely stole that cat.
Yeah.
I was there the other day, and the cat ran up to me and said, please take me with you. Please.
No, no.
I can't be here no more.
No. No.
There is a list online where people shared their tried and true methods for accurately judging a new restaurant or a restaurant that they've never been to before. Here are a few takeaways for it. The menu. It can't be too big, and it definitely can't be sticky. So if it's got like 9 pages and it's sticky, probably leave that place. One of the things with too many items on there is they're usually not fresh.
Right.
See,
You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
know that until I started hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
one of the
never
big
realized
things.
that.
And no
Because
specialty.
you can't make
Yeah.
that much stuff.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
ruin.
Good at
We're
everything.
like the Matrix. We ruin everything for you.
Yeah.
Tell you how.
I
how
like
the-
it though.
Yeah, it's made.
The service, people look for servers who care. Do they have helpful recommendations? Do they know who ordered what? So it isn't just who had the this or
Yeah.
whatever, and they throw
You know
the
what
stuff
I would
down. Get it
appreciate?
yourself.
If a server just glanced over to the table every once in a while, you don't even have to come over. Just look at me, make eye contact. We good? Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I care about.
If you are on top of my drink, you're good.
Yeah.
Because you're over there enough to make sure that I have enough water or iced tea or whatever it is. Because there's nothing worse than going, well, I can't eat anymore until I get my drink. I don't want to sit there and
Yeah.
eat without a drink.
Even if you're slammed and you be like, I'll be right back. You
Yeah.
just acknowledge
Yeah.
that, hey,
Check-in.
A
I'm in the
check-in.
weeds right now. I'll be
Absolutely.
right back.
I believe that the power of this show has straightened up the Wendy's over by my daughter's school.
Yeah.
So we go there maybe 3-4 days a week. We go to Wendy's after school and get a little Frosty and some fries. She does. And I pull up and I always got this. I can help you. And I go, can I have a small Frosty and a fry? 10, 17. Thank you. Nothing. Now I pull up and it's like, welcome to Wendy's. How can I help you? And I went,
Well, that's a recording.
no.
No?
No.
Oh.
And I said, I'll take a small Frosty and small fry. That'll be 10-17. Can I get you anything else? No. Okay, please pull around the front. And I go, thank you. My pleasure. And I go, something happened here. Something happened. And I pull up and I'm like, we're looking in the window. We got a new crew here. What's going on?
I love whenever you pull up to whatever it is and they're like, welcome to Wendy's. We'll be right with you.
Yeah. That's disappointing.
You're a different person. You're a different person than the other happy, helpful person.
Hey, you nerds over there. Charlie Belcher was at the big World of Waffles yesterday.
Oh.
And today, I don't know where he's at, but he just showed a Kylo Ren statue.
Oh,
So I don't
I'm
know
in.
if he's... and
World
he-
of Jedis. Man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'd rather have a
Well,
waffle.
is he a Jedi?
Who, Charlie
Kylo
Belcher?
Ren?
Kylo. He's not a.
He was.
Yeah.
At one point, he was.
Right.
So
Yeah,
he's-
yeah,
he
yeah.
went to the
Sith
dark
Jedi,
side.
yeah, he's a flip flopper.
The other signs for a restaurant, whether it's good or bad, the cooking. Some people say they like to order simple things at first to make sure the place can nail the basics, but others intentionally order something hard to see if the place has chefs, cooks, or just microwave operators.
That's on you. Now
Well,
you're
but
just
if you
toying
wanna-
with a...
But if you want to find a good restaurant that has stuff that you want, you order something and, not like you're making it difficult or ordering something they don't have.
Yeah.
You're just seeing whether it's, just here's your Alfredo sauce that's
Yeah.
9,000 degrees because it was in the microwave. By the way, don't make fun of microwaves. I enjoy microwave
too.
stuff.
Microwave, this doesn't heat everything equally. It's a microwave is fine.
The clientele. Some say they look around to see if the place looks like it has a bunch of regulars. By the way, look for old people because
Yeah.
old people
Oh,
are
no.
curmudgeons and they will complain about stuff. So if there's a lot of old people eating in there,
All people also like chicken fried biscuits. Chicken fried steak, and they don't necessarily want good food. They want cheap food.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they also will complain if there's anything wrong. So if there's a lot of
Yeah.
old people in there, you know that.
I pull up to Eddie
Probably done
V's
it right.
at any Friday or Saturday night, and the first 5 spaces are Rolls Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and I go, these people know what's going
that's
on.
nice.
You're
Yeah.
bougie though.
No.
Yeah, like when I go to a restaurant, like if I go to a Mexican restaurant, if there's a lot of Spanish people in there, you know it's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
But
not,
also-
those are signs that your restaurant's good.
Also, what do you think? Those are all TikTokers. They're probably people that have been.
No, yeah, but
know,
I mean, like,
in the world
I
for a
see
little
John
while.
Cena there all the time,
He's
or he
old.
used to.
I'm going to use the Rolls Royce rule next time I go to Chili's.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
If there's a Rolls Royce and Chili's, the guy couldn't tear himself away from it.
2 for 20, I'm in.
Listen, there's nothing better than Chili's queso dip. That cheesy meat dip that they have is fantastic. On that
Yes.
little skillet that they bring on.
Yes.
Yeah, everything else at Chili's is terrible, but that is perfect.
By the way, I was following a Lotus the other day. There was a little 2-seater Lotus, really cool, and I was like, "Where's this guy eating?
Yeah.
Where's he eating?" No, it was just a cool
Probably
little car.
Boston Market.
It was a cool little car though. It was like a little 2-seater. The cleanliness, of course. Some people look at the windowsills and the chair rails and stuff.
Anything
Make sure
about-
they're dusting everything.
People with peppers in their purse at the
No,
restaurant
nothing about
in
the
there?
peppers.
No? No?
Bathrooms also should
Yeah.
be clean and
Oh,
stocked.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I always look at the ceiling. I look up to see like the air
Sure.
vents,
Yeah.
and they're, like
Oh,
all
yeah.
dirty and
Yeah.
gross. I'm like,
Yeah.
these people don't care.
I
No.
find that as I get older, when I have to pee, I have to pee. There's no playing around.
That happens, Michael.
So, yeah. So when I go to a restaurant and it's got a men's room and a ladies' room and there's only one toilet in each, and the men's room has been occupied for 40 or more seconds, I'm just going to the ladies' room.
Yeah.
Because it's legal now. You could just be like,
Absolutely.
I identified
Yep.
as a lady for a
Yeah.
couple of minutes. And I gotta go. I gotta go. What do you want? I'm not gonna do anything. I'll lift the seat and put it back down. I'll wash my hands and everything will be fine.
You got to sit on the seat.
I have sat on
Yeah,
a seat
you got
before,
it.
but not for number
Keep
one.
it, make
Just
it nice
number
and
two.
warm. Yeah.
for the next guy.
Yeah, for the next lady that's going in there, you know?
Sometimes if somebody's in there a little bit too long, I just go scoot over.
One time I was driving home and I really had a crap, and I pulled into Carmen. I really had to go, and I pulled into a Circle K on Bears and I don't even know. It was like in a bad neighborhood, and I had to go, and the bathroom was occupied. No, it was broken, and the ladies' room was the only one that was working.
Mm-hmm. So you
Right.
decided to blow that one up.
Right.
Oh.
So I went in there and I blew it up, Galvin. And as I'm blowing it up,
Oh,
and I went 1 second, I can't. And 2 seconds later,
did you do a female voice?
no. I
second.
Yeah. And then I was dying, like I was literally evacuating.
Yeah.
And they're just knocking. I'm like, all right.
Oh.
So finally I get done. I had to rush it now and then clean up the situation, wash my hands, and I open the door, and the anxious old lady that is waiting to come in there, I think she's going through the same thing I was.
yeah.
And she looks at me and she goes, oh, great. Like this guy just stunk up the bathroom. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I asked. The guy told me to go in
Hold
there.
your
So
depends.
shut your mouth.
Take it easy.
Agnes.
Charles Martinet. Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
You know who Charles Martinet
That is the tiny version of the guy who used to produce the Beatles songs.
No.
Oh.
Anybody?
Charles Martinet.
It was George Martinet.
I have no idea.
Charles Martinet. I don't know.
It's a me, Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he does
He
the
has
voice?
been voicing Mario since the Super Mario 64 game in 1996. He is retiring.
Oh.
I think I got a shot. He will now travel the world sharing the joy of Mario as the new Mario ambassador. Did you ever hear how that guy got the job?
No.
It was pretty interesting. So I think, I don't know whether he did voice stuff or whether he was an actor or whatever, but he said he went in for the thing and it was the end of the day and the guy didn't even want to see him. And he was like, all right, here it is. It's Mario. He's Italian guy, whatever this, and they read it and he goes, all right, I'm ready. And he goes, it's a me, Mario, and did that voice. And the guy goes, yeah, that's it.
Really?
Like the guy the whole day was listening to people try and do a Mario voice, whatever, and nobody was getting it. And that guy went in and nailed it. And then, think about that, how long that guy's been doing it.
Yeah.
And probably got so many other things because he's the voice
He's
of
the
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah.
That Mario Brothers world at Universal Studios, the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Which, by the way, he does Mario, he does Luigi, he does whatever the other evil guy. I don't know.
Thor.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it's Thor.
Did you see? It was going viral like on TikTok and Instagram. They were trying to say that it's not. He's not saying it's a me Mario. It's Sumi, which they were trying to say is Japanese for super.
Yeah.
So he's saying Super Mario.
Oh.
It's Sumi Mario.
Yeah, but then that was debunked as well, saying it's Sumi does not mean super in Japanese.
I like that.
But they
it
were trying
was double
to say
meaning.
it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like oh, it's Utsumi Mario, but it was the whole thing was
It's a me.
debunked. Yeah.
If this doesn't tell you this is the perfect definition of younger people. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Logan Paul says he walked out of Oppenheimer because, quote, nothing happened. Everyone's just talking. It's just an hour and a half, 90 minutes of talking.
Yeah.
Just talking.
Because people want to see things
Action.
blowing up.
Yeah.
And I've heard from people I respect that it's one of the greatest movies they've ever seen.
But I feel like younger generation, and I'm not, old manning them, get off my lawn. Younger generation has been brought up with quick
Fast and
clips and
Furious
YouTube.
and,
No, but like
short.
where they don't have the
Yeah.
attention span, whatever. So if there's not at least some action stuff going on, whatever, like drama, they're like, I'm out. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like Carmen, I feel like you do that. Like if it's like 10 minutes and nothing's blown up, you're like, all right, I'm out.
No, I went and saw it. I enjoyed that movie.
Oh, really?
You did?
Well,
Yeah.
I apologize. I take it back.
I really did. It was kind of long because it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I found it very interesting.
Lots of long monologues though.
Not really. I don't think so. I mean, like, yeah, there's talking, but that's part of the movie. There's
Yeah.
like, they're
I don't believe her. I don't
explaining
think
what's happening.
I don't think she knows what happened. I don't think she liked it. She just feels like she has to say
Okay,
it.
well, I went with Chad.
Yeah,
We
Chad
watched-
probably loved it.
Yeah.
No, we watched it. I thought it was really good. There was like one part that was like a little confusing that I needed Chad because he's like talking to Albert Einstein. But I just thought like all the people in it did a really good job.
She didn't know Einstein was a real person before
Not
the movie.
true.
Oh,
No,
okay.
because in the beginning he says something to Albert Einstein, and then that's like that comes back into play at the end of the movie and stuff like that. And just like what he says, I was just a little confused.
It was
about.
that bagel recipe.
No, not true.
I still want to see it.
Carmen
says-
just thought that Einstein was an insult because people always say that to her when she does something. They go, "Good job, Einstein." Florida cops have been ordered to arrest Antonio Brown once again
Yeah.
Keep
after a
him.
judge ruled that he missed yet another child support payment. According to the Miami-Dade court documents, the ruling was issued on August 9th after Brown apparently missed a $15,000 payment to his ex. Brown can have the order purged if he pays up, plus an additional $5,000 in attorney fees.
Does he have the money?
I mean, unless he really blew it all fast.
Yeah, he made a ton of money.
He made a ton, but who knows? Didn't he invest in that other football league
that
or
No,
league,
whatever?
but
Yeah.
they kicked him out of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
he
I'm
didn't
saying,
pay
did
his
he
people.
lose their money?
Doing
or-
music, I don't know how much that
Right,
costs.
yeah.
I mean,
Cost, yeah.
I think he made 60-70 million while in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't pay your kids.
Yeah.
You get illegitimate babies you don't take care of, you scumbag.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Ken Jennings is replacing Mayim Bialik as the season 2 host of Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, good.
Mayim can't do it because of the actors and writers strike. The show premieres September 27th on ABC.
They're doing a really good thing, though. It's the Second Chance Tournament of Champions. It's like guys guys and girls who lost like in a bad beat. You know, you lost, but you lost to Matt Amodio. You lost to one of these guys who was really good. So they brought those people back. It's been pretty entertaining. I like Ken Jennings does a great job. I think he was a logical fill-in, and I think he's great. I don't think Maya Bialik is bad. She's just not good. You know, I don't enjoy her. She doesn't read the questions right. She pauses for the answers. It's just it's
I
forced.
like Ken Jennings. He does a decent job of it.
Oh, but he also loves it and loved Alex Trebek.
Right,
And he also knows all the answers, which Alex didn't even know all the answers. He's just reading off a card. Ken usually knows them all.
Right.
Like when he goes, this was a chapel in France in 1756, and they're like, St. John's, and he goes, "Ooh, no, that's the La Bonté," and like he knew right off. He didn't even have to read it off the paper.
If I knew all the answers, I'd just go, no. St. John's, no, it's not. I don't know if you can believe this. Hoobastank's video, The Reason, has hit 1 billion views on YouTube.
Why?
I don't know. I don't even know what does that video look like.
Yeah.
I believe
Sad.
it. That song was huge.
Yeah,
it
but
was
now?
giant.
Yeah.
It was
And
giant.
it crossed over to like soccer moms and
Yeah.
stuff.
Is it
It's-
a movie? Was it an Oppenheimer? Was it?
No.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't remember what the
Einstein
video was.
sang into Oppenheimer.
Dude, that would be so great.
How about this? Queen canceled.
Oh.
Fat Bottom Girls has been removed from Queen's greatest hits album
Unbelievable.
on
Why?
a kids streaming platform called Yodo, because Fat Bottom Girls, you can't talk about Fat Bottom Girls, Carmen.
Even though as a guy singing that doesn't like girls.
Right. And every girl wants a fat.
Yeah.
You know?
J-Lo fixed this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Down beside that red firelight.
I love when the guitar comes out. The dun, dun, dun.
Hang out, fat bottom girls. You make the rockin' world go round.
I feel like we're doing deep inside the music. It's only one channel here. One channel because Brian May broke his other string.
I love that go, go,
Well, it'll live on this show.
go. Yeah.
So will R. Kelly, so will Michael Jackson, all of those things.
I mean, if it's for a kids platform, I guess I kind of understand. It's
Well,
not like
you
they're taking it.
Shouldn't sing anything about bottoms.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
kid thing.
Well, all right, as long as they don't have WAP streaming on the
That's
kids
the thing.
thing.
Yeah, like what else is on the kid?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We're going to cancel everything.
You ever listen to, what is that, Kids Bop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even songs that have sexy words in it, they change it to like, instead it's like, are we going in the bed tonight? They'll be like, are we going to the party tonight? Like, they'll change it completely.
What
I
did you
heard,
change Fat Bottom to?
I'm bringing breakfast back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fat bottom girls could be round.
Round-faced
round,
ladies.
Oh, that's hard.
Because I'm going to take you home tonight, which
Yeah.
means I'm taking chick. Yeah. So that's. I mean, I kind of understand.
I
guess.
enjoy the song and the ladies. By the way, Hoobastank, the video is because of TikTok. Should have figured.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was- yeah, it was a song on TikTok for
TikTok it up.
yeah.
Man,
Fat-
you can get your song on TikTok.
Dude.
Apparently, that
Yeah.
does a lot.
Fat hairy squirrels?
Yeah.
Oh,
there you
I
go.
like it. Well,
That
you can't say
sounds-
fat, though.
No,
Well, you can't
No,
squirrel. You can't
Squirrels
insult
have
them.
feelings.
not skinny squirrels.
Yeah, come on. Don't be
Nobody,
insensitive.
nobody has a problem calling me fat, especially on Twitter.
Gio did it
Yeah,
earlier.
he said you had to skip dinner.
I did not say that.
I heard
He
it.
said, yeah, you did.
Speaking of fat bottom girls, Winona Judd is going on a solo tour this fall called Back to Y.
Oh, no.
It's a celebration
Back at the
of her
Y.
early career, and she'll be performing her first 2 albums, which everybody knows.
Yeah.
All those hits. Your
Ugh.
mom's not here.
Yeah, I mean,
My sister's hotter than I am.
yeah.
The Fire Fest 2 tickets are on sale now.
Unbelievable.
Even though the lineup,
Same guy?
the date, and the venue have not been announced.
Oh, man.
I don't know
No,
whether.
different guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they showed him on the news before.
oh.
Great documentary
Great
so
documentary.
good.
about the real one, the original one.
How about the one guy? I mean, we need cases of water. I guess I got to do what I got to.
Yeah.
So wild.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So wild. Yeah, that was
I remember that.
That was the highlight of that thing.
yeah, I forgot about that part.
that guy just sitting in a chair in an empty room,
Yeah.
telling everyone how he, got people bottled water.
Take one for the team.
Dude, he was a master convincer. This Billy McFarland guy. I don't know how he pulled any of this off.
Yeah, like, you ever bother you that you can't tell somebody to do the simplest thing, and then guys like this are taking billions of dollars from people. And
Well, the bigger the lie, the easier it is for people to believe it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you make a little lie and someone's like, that doesn't seem right. And if you're like, I'm from the future, they're like, he's from the future.
yeah, that's
You
true.
know?
That's true.
People want to believe. Mike, your birthday's coming up.
It is. What are you getting me?
I think this might be something for you because you like to cook and you like to rock out. The legendary metal band Slayer is now selling a branding iron. Take a look.
Yeah.
It's got the classic Slayer logo inside a pentagram, and it's supposed to be for meat. But now people are worried that a lot of Slayer fans are going to be branding themselves.
Hell yeah, right in the ass.
I got to tell you, I saw this in a catalog, and I was like, I should get this. And I thought, no, if it was a different band, or if it was just like the star or whatever, or I can get my initials in it, I would do it. But
If you're interested in branding your meat or yourself or your friends, Slayer branding iron will set you back about $75.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Not bad. Not bad. I mean,
you know, it's a hunk of metal.
Yeah.
if you're a metal station in Slayer, well, Slayer's retired, but if you had something, whatever, like get branded for tickets,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Oh
You'd be
man.
in jail so fast.
I forgot Mike Pence is going to be in the debate.
Yes, so did he and everybody else.
Yeah.
I forgot he was vice president. I forgot he was in the debate. This is going to be. I am going to miss the fact that Trump's not there, but somebody is going to try to be the new Trump,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be Christie. But I know DeSantis is going to try the hardest. But I think he, like everything else, he's going to fall flat on his face.
I think Ron DeSantis is going to go above and beyond to be super non-combative and super likable and agreeable.
I don't think he has likable in him.
He's going to try.
We all liked him when he was going against Biden, but on his own,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
Wah.
yeah.
Finally, in news, I don't know whether you want to do this here, if we want to come back, take a break and come back.
Definitely going to want to come back because we're running late. But
All
go
right,
ahead.
so movies can be overrated sometimes. I have from ScreenRant.com. They put together a list of the 12 most overrated movies that people pretend to love.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Good.
So start
Good.
thinking about that. Movies
right.
that you're like, how is that? How did that win something?
All
Or
right.
how do people like this?
I'm with you. I get it. Okay, we'll do that right when we come back. The debates are tomorrow night. I think you'll see Ramaswamy shine.
That's right.
He's
I
just going to
think-
be out there hitting tennis balls, I heard.
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, look, I think a lot of people are already like, hey, I kind of like this Indian guy.
Yeah.
And now they're like, well, let's see what he has to say tomorrow in the debate. They're talking about it on CNN right now on what each candidate is going to specifically go out there to do. Like we said, DeSantis is going to try and be more likable. They say they're all going to stay away from Trump.
I would imagine it's the best thing to do.
I don't know. Somebody
Yeah.
like DeSantis who is closer to Trump than the other people, I think is going to do what he can to kind of subtly throw jabs in there so that people subliminally realize, well, he did this, and at least he's not like Trump with the social
Yeah.
media and all that.
If somebody threw in a good dig, like if something came up and they're like, well, obviously we're all missing the orange elephant in the room,
Yeah.
or something
That
like
would be
that,
good.
where they'd be like, oh, burn on
Yeah.
Trump,
Then you got to worry about his base going after you and
Yeah.
him going after you.
I
and-
think the whole thing's going to end up being very boring.
yeah, it's gonna be a fluff party.
Well, I'm going to watch it for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Like,
100%.
I will see what happens.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying. Somebody's going to try and go out there and take the lead.
break out.
It's gonna
But they
be
never answer the question.
No.
Like that bothers me. They should
No, Carmen,
have to
you're not.
answer.
There's no way you're going to get a good answer from these people on anything. The excitement is seeing how they react to each other.
This one is going to be the easiest one for Vivek Ramaswamy to pull away from because he's the only one that doesn't really have a track record
Yeah.
of policy.
That's also
touch
going to hurt
on.
them.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, how do you know they've done it before? So, all right. Well, that is happening tomorrow. We will come back. We'll get right into the story about the overrated movies. I can name 5 in my head right now.
12
but
most overrated movies
these weird
people
lists.
pretend to love.
Yeah, you never know. I got a Touch of Modern email last night, and inside it, they had an order for caviar, and I swear I almost ordered it. I almost ordered it. I do like some caviar.
Yeah.
There
I've
are
never
plenty.
had it.
Me
There are
either.
plenty of things
Eat it in
where
your
you.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, there are plenty of things where you
lot.
say, I want to try that or I like this. Like one of the things to me is skiing. Skiing does nothing for me. You
Skiing's a
spend
blast.
all time going up the hill to come down fast and you're like, oh, great, let's do it
Yeah,
again
but
for
you're not
12 hours.
athletic.
I am very athletic. Oh, I don't know what you're laughing at.
I'm laughing when you just said you're very athletic. You
Listen
didn't
to
know
me.
that?
Look, I'm not going to be thwarted by you people. I'm just saying, like, I like to do stuff. I just
Yeah.
don't understand if you bring me to the to the ski resort, I'm very happy just sitting there by the fire.
You don't have to climb up the hill
No,
yourself.
I know. I've been skiing. I don't like it. I feel
also-
like it's not. I feel like it's not worth.
Yeah.
Like microwave popcorn. It smells great. Tastes horrible.
But the thing is, if you're snow plowing down a ski and you're waiting to fall over and break your knee,
I
whatever.
don't know. I jump
But
over little hills.
But
Yeah.
if you're talented and you could do the
Yeah.
jumps and go over the moguls and go down, and it's exciting and
I don't
fast.
know what
fun.
you're laughing your goddamn gums at.
You're so funny.
Well, thank you.
Like,
I've
you're
skied.
not athletic.
Oh, how dare you! I've skied in Utah before. Where
you
have
hurt
you?
yourself walking down the stairs.
I tripped over a stair. Okay, sometimes even athletes fall. And most
There was a
embarrassing
shoe,
one.
Michael. There was a shoe there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing one was when I fell getting out of the shower, Carmen.
Listen,
That-
Carmen with her loose knees would be really good.
Yeah.
You know, with all the little moguls going over there, her loose knees would just say,
Yeah.
take them in like shock absorbers.
When I do the moguls, I spread my legs out. So that I
Smart.
have
Yeah,
wobbly
go
knees
around.
too.
Yeah.
I'm quite the swimmer. On top of that,
I've seen.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
When?
Oh.
Whenever we go to the ocean, everybody wades. I go swim. I go
Are
swim out.
you like a fast swimmer, would you say?
No. But I
How
am.
far can you swim?
Oh, far.
Carmen,
Beach you there.
you should have seen it during the break. He was just in the pool. He got
Yeah.
out and came in.
Listen,
For this.
I started swimming. I've been swimming a mile twice a week.
Try 2 miles.
You
No,
can't swim a mile.
I'm not the braggart that you are. And I
Oh,
totally,
really,
I
mister?
totally,
I'm so athletic. I've been skiing in Colorado before.
I'm totally,
You're not the bragger.
I totally could swim a mile.
Okay.
It was Utah.
Oh, sorry. Ugh,
I
go
ignore her.
skiing.
Wow. I hope you get hit by lightning. I really do.
Oh my God.
Right there in the room where none of us are, and just you right through the window.
We should set up a decathlon for you. You could go
Yeah.
swimming, then shooting, then skiing, then walk down the stairs. You do all of them.
I'd just snackle on.
Yeah.
I would do that. You know what? You people are supposed to be my friends. Whatever.
We're just keeping you honest.
Yeah.
You like to lie a lot.
How dare you?
If you asked me who would be good at eating caviar in the back of a Rolls Royce, I'd go, I bet you Mike could really
Thank you.
do it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Galvin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Who
welcome.
would be good at skiing, Galvin?
Probably you.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm the next greatest skier, but I've been skiing before. And when I was saying, my whole point was saying I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't find it to be. It's like one of those things where it's like we're going skiing. And I'm like,
It's kind of like how you don't like golf. You're not good at it.
no, I don't want to be better at golf.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's frustrating
You're just
and
not good at it.
Right. If you were good at it,
I still
you would
wouldn't like
enjoy
it.
it more. Yeah,
I
you
don't
would.
think so.
You would, though.
What athletic activities do you enjoy?
Right.
I like basketball.
Basketball's fun.
Would
I
you
don't know
say
what
you're
you
good
laugh
at basketball?
No, no. But I enjoy playing it.
Okay.
Yeah. I almost killed my father-in-law one time. I went up for a layup, and he was trying to cover me, and I knocked him down.
Take it easy, Fokker.
Yeah,
It's just a
that's
game.
the thing. It was a layup heard around the world.
Jeez, man.
Oh, I'm very good at volleyball. You know what? Hey, engineering, can you open up the curtains so the lightning just strikes right through the window into her head?
Very good at volleyball.
I hope you go to run to the bathroom and you trip and hit your head on the door and you fall and nobody finds you until Roger and JP go
Oh
out.
my God.
Yeah, and the blood coagulates in your head. And
You
and
are a mean person.
Monica comes in the side door and doesn't even realize you're there. Maybe they're in the first hour before.
All this because you can't skate. Yeah.
Right. Right. He's not athletic, so
Yeah.
he's mad at
Oh,
me.
I'm athletic. I'm athletically kicking your ass in my head right now.
Okay. You got to catch me first.
All right. It's cool. I see where we rank.
A lot of mean jokes today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who kicked it off?
Yeah, you're the one who said he's got to skip dinner.
I never
Yeah.
said that.
Don Pellegrino kicked it off.
Don, yeah.
Don Rigatoni.
Don Rigatoni.
Joe's
Still don't have the
password
number.
kicked it off.
Password problems.
Speaking of great food, Frankie's Italian Chop House.
Yes.
I believe the grand opening is this weekend.
Oh.
So you have been. Has anybody else been yet?
No.
What?
I
So
need to
you
make
live
a,
5 blocks away and you didn't go?
He didn't invite us, Michael.
What? I didn't
You
get
know,
invited.
he was running a business.
Yeah, I just went there one night. I made reservations through Open
No,
Table.
that's not true.
100%.
No,
I've been-
he told us he invited you.
Yeah, he invited
told
us all.
He told us specifically that
No.
time. He looked us in the face.
These guys don't want to go unless it's a free meal.
Yeah.
Well,
The grifters.
I
leaves.
paid for my meal
no,
last
that's
time.
that's not me. I'll pay for any meal.
I never
Frankie
pay.
didn't offer us a free meal, so we will not support his new
That's right.
I
establishment.
pay Frankie every time I eat there with laughter, hugs, and joy that he is filled with
Yep.
every time. He loves joy.
Hey, you want to go skiing with me?
Yeah.
Frankie from Cafe Chibo has a new restaurant. It's called Frankie's Italian Chop House. It is 1 block north of where Cafe Chibo is on 4th Street. And if you're going to go, I would make a reservation because it gets very busy. But it's a steakhouse. It's got a full bar with entertainment. They had like a Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin thing. They had a guy who plays the piano. It's great because you can eat there, and I like when you can go for a drink before you eat dinner. You know, when you sit at the bar and eat a drink of martini or something before, and then you go eat dinner, and then afterwards you can be like, let's go to the bar and hang out for a little bit. They have all of that there. So I believe the grand opening, the celebrity study grand opening is this weekend, and I will be down there for sure on Friday. So don't you guys show up? Nope.
No, he
Nope.
didn't. He didn't invite us.
Thank you.
Well, I owe Spanish.
No, it's not open for lunch.
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
they are going to do
Yep.
brunch.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we go to brunch.
And not only are they doing brunch, but do you remember the item that they're working on that I'm very excited for?
What?
It's a French toast. I can't say.
You're not supposed to say.
Yeah, but it's-
You ruined it. You ruined it.
What kind of
Carmen-
French toast?
oh, my
Oh, look,
God.
Frankie's texting me. Why is he talking about this now? He's gonna
Carmen-
ruin the whole thing.
I'll tell you off the air.
mouth.
Oh
Spanish.
my God, it is,
Brunch.
dude. Yeah,
Brunch
yeah.
this weekend.
I'm in.
Okay.
Mind blowing.
Gross.
What you coming to?
Nah, I'm
We
good.
got to take a break.
Oh, he's not invited.
When we come back,
Those pimples
the-
turn my stomach.
Oh my God, dude.
Your fat ass.
Oh, dude. We were just about to go to break.
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
He's
We'll
a
be-
real drag.
Oh, my God.
Horrible
yeah,
person.
You are.
I
We'll
just
be
don't want
back.
to eat and see that.
We'll be back to go over the 12 most overrated movies. And in the meantime, if you work in the Cox Building, stand clear of the Bone Studio. Lightning coming in hot. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening.
.27 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Next Friday, 1 week from this Friday, come have lunch with me, some of the comedians from the Comedy Circus. I would imagine Pap and Spanish, since lunch will be free for them.
Oh.
We pay with joy.
Right.
We're going to be out there Friday, September 1st at Coco's Crush Bar, which is 2405 Gulf Boulevard in Indian Rocks Beach. We're going to have Bud Light specials and your chance to win last-minute tickets to the Calta Comedy Circus. I'm looking forward to this. It's kicking off a big weekend of comedy and fun for us. That is next Friday, the 1st, at Coco's on Indian Rocks Beach. Coco's Crush Bar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then later on that night, we will be out there for the Comedy Circus pub crawl.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never done a pub crawl in Clearwater, so I'm very excited about this. We're going to be out all night. We're going to be starting at the Surfside Tap House from 7 till 8. Then Jammin's from 8 to 9, which Joe and I are very familiar with.
Oh,
But
yeah.
more importantly, I met my wife at Jammin's.
That's
wow.
right.
Now, it is not this Jammin's.
Maybe I'll meet your next one.
That's right. This Jammin's used to be in a different spot, but now this is a new version of it. But still, Jammin's Beach Bar, and then we end it all at a place that I love. This is the premier spot for me down in Clearwater Beach, and that's the Brown Boxer. Everybody loves the Brown Boxer. So
And we're all staying at your beach condo, right?
you sure can, Carmen, if you want
Okay,
to.
thank
Yeah,
you.
100%.
Thank you.
We only have one bed, me and you, but we're in.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
be in there too.
No, and no Chad.
yeah,
none of
you
that.
came in the bed with me on Saturday. Let's just do a repeat.
It's going to be a great night. We have the pub, we have the lunch, we have the pub crawl, and it all is next Friday, and then Saturday, of course, the Calta Comedy Circus. It's all brought to you by our friends at Bud Light, and I'm very excited for next weekend. It'll be good.
Yeah.
We haven't had a good let's go out drinking night since before the pandemic, so
It's gonna be nuts.
Well, Gio, you staying at the condo?
Of course.
You
Yes.
can. You know
Yeah.
you
You
can.
got to take the porch,
Oh,
though.
I'm
No,
out.
Gio, those days are over. Those
Thank you.
days are over.
Dear Carmen, she said
What?
she's out.
Gio's there. I'm out.
Oh, I'll be there. Wouldn't be the first time either.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I like spending the weekends in Clearwater. I like hanging out. Hey, by the way, could somebody get word to Tom Cruise if he wants to come? I got tickets for him. I'll
You
leave
pushed
him
him
at
out
the
of
box office.
Clearwater. He doesn't want to do Scientology anymore.
Listen, we can go down there and be friends without having to be Scientologists.
He actually has the Cruise Comedy Circus going on.
Oh,
so,
no.
yeah.
It's Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and our comedy circus has Ian Bagg, who I absolutely love and has been on the show a bunch of times since we started here. Josh Need, who is a great comedian, great guest, and a guy who we just over the years couldn't get our timing right to do a show with him, and Mike Cannon, who I love and went on the cruise. So we're gonna have a great show. Those guys are real three. Plus, whoever this Saturday they have to decide who the winner is from the Side Splitters
That's right.
competition.
Yes,
so
yes, they do.
we'll be about. Are you going out there? Do we know? Did we resolve that
I
yet?
don't know.
This place is falling apart.
Yeah.
Falling apart. But anyway, we'll find out. If you had to guess who it would be based on your experience out there, who would it be?
I would probably say either Tom Wise or T. Davis.
Two guys I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
they're very funny. They're all the contestants are very funny.
I know
those
Jeff.
three.
I know Ricky. I know. I think even Zuma was in it, wasn't he? Maybe he's going
not.
Saturday.
Maybe.
And then I know the guys from Starbucks. I don't know. There was a lot of people and a lot of girls in it too.
Yes. Yeah.
How
The
come
one of Candace is one of the finalists that is going to be competing
Oh.
on Saturday. Yeah. Candace. Yeah. She's funny.
Can this fit?
Candace. No.
No, nothing.
Just tell her that joke.
Use it on stage. All right, Calvin, back over to you.
Okay, so ScreenRant.com put together a list of the 12 most overrated movies.
Is this how you get your website out there? Like I want to get the Calta.tv came out with the
Slash
worst
Mike
bands
Calta show.
of all time, starting with the Beatles. Like you just
Yeah.
name the
Yeah.
best bands,
Well,
call them the worst, and everybody
listen,
goes to your website.
You don't know. You may agree with these.
Oh,
You
yeah.
may
Okay.
say
All right,
this is
all right.
100% right. You may not.
I imagine it's any movie that's Spanish like.
Dude, you know what's so funny, Carmen, is I was going to make that joke earlier, but I didn't want to. But yeah, you're probably
Like
right.
Ghostbusters.
So this is the 12 most overrated movies people pretend to love. They say you
Okay.
may or may not agree with some of these, but what do you got? Any
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork
How do you
Orange?
not like
Great
Clockwork Orange?
movie.
I mean, it's good the first time you see it, but I know people that watch it
Oh,
once
no.
a year. Yeah.
That's a good movie though.
That is not on the list.
No.
How about
2001 Space Odyssey?
No, not on the list.
That's
Sorry,
an
Hal.
awful movie.
Ghostbusters.
No,
Hey.
Gone with the Wind.
no,
Oh, okay.
Groundhog Day.
no.
Groundhog Day. Get it?
Titanic.
I'm sorry. You're saying Titanic? No, Titanic not on there.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump
Yeah.
comes in at number 8.
I love Forrest
Yeah, I
Gump.
do.
Yeah,
well,
it's good.
Your
but-
mama should have care about your schooling, boy.
Forrest Gump comes in at number 8.
Overrated.
The Godfather.
Shut your mouth.
I don't agree with this.
Shut
The
your
Godfather
mouth.
is not on the list.
Scarface.
Scarface not on the
I hate
list.
Scarface. How do I love Pacino and love The Godfather and hate Scarface?
Because it's way overacting.
And
Yeah.
violent?
I like Scarface though. I like Scarface. I'm also not privy to a lot of Cuban people and
Yeah.
different stuff. So when I initially watched it, I don't know that it's over the top.
Yeah.
It's
But-
whatever the hell.
But I love whenever he goes. This is how you get the lid.
Yeah, that's funny.
He goes,
Look that, like a lizard.
You look like a lizard. It's so funny.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "That's not Al Capone.
Yeah.
This is not
Yeah.
what we watched." Yeah.
All right, so you got
Okay.
number 8. You got Forrest Gump. I can tell you, all of these movies are big movies. Well, almost all of them. There's one on here. That I'm like,
Oh, Avatar.
Who cares? Avatar, number 6.
Yeah, that movie stinks.
Yeah, I agree. That was a lot of hype.
Why can't Blade Runner, the 2049?
No.
Oh.
The Avatar movie was visually fantastic. It just was a stupid movie.
Yeah.
I can tell you, number 12. Good, Carmen, what'd you got?
Nacho Libre.
No, they're all. These are
I don't
all
think
like,
you get it, Carmen.
yeah, these are all like big movies, like real.
Inception.
No. Number 12. This one, Fight Club.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, Fight Club's good. I don't believe this.
Great.
I will tell you, the first time I saw Fight Club, didn't like it as much as the fifth time I watched Fight Club.
Same.
yeah.
The
First
more
time I saw it, I was like, so what happened?
agree.
The more I watched it, the more I liked it.
I agree.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Number 11 on the list. I never saw it. I know it was very popular. A lot of people saw it. The Notebook.
The Notebook's good. The Notebook
Yeah.
makes you want to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
They're saying
beautiful
overrated.
people.
Yeah.
They're saying overrated.
What about Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction, not on the list.
Thank God.
Not on the list.
Pulp Fiction,
Number
very
10, I think people are going to lose their minds. This is, according to ScreenRant.com, 12 most overrated movies people pretend to love. Number 10.
You're saying they don't even like it. They're pretending to love it.
Yeah. Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Well, listen,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Jaws, if you watch it now, having all the technology that we have,
100%.
it's not a. But when you watch that movie,
Oh, yeah.
where you only see the shark at the end of the movie, but you're terrified to go into the ocean for the rest of your
Yeah.
life because of it, it's a great movie.
Just the beginning, the girl out there and tug.
Yeah.
Tug, you know that? And then it's going around and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it doesn't hold up. And
No, it doesn't hold
people
up.
do pretend that it's great and they
That's
love
a-
Jaws.
I'll
and-
tell you,
Right,
I can
Joe.
watch the scene where they go out on the boat with Dreyfus and Quint and Roy Scheider are out on the boat. That's just without the shark. It's still great.
But let's point out that was 48 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
48
Yeah.
years ago. Of course, it's not going to hold up.
Yeah.
You
Him
know what
talking
I mean?
about being in the water when the guys were attacked by the sharks, and Dreyfus being the nerd and trying to scientifically get the shark.
Man
I
goes
do
to the
think that's a
cage.
great movie.
Cage
Yeah,
goes in
and-
the water. Sharks in the water.
I don't even think I've
Shark.
seen the entire movie from start to finish.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
probably
dude.
Oh, that's
And,
terrible.
just some of the shots that they do whenever shark
Yeah.
and they do that close up,
Oh,
zoom
yeah.
up on him, and he stands up and goes around. Oh,
So
yeah.
good.
I mean,
Yeah,
it really is.
Jaws is a great movie.
And the way that they build the
Yes.
suspense and stuff. I
So
mean,
good.
they don't do that as much
Without
anymore.
really even showing the shark.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is a great,
Now-
smart thing.
Jaws 2?
Oh,
Is that where
oh.
it jumped up and grabbed the helicopter, or was that 3?
I think that's 3.
That may be 3D, I think it was. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Any other guesses we have so far? So
Yeah.
that kind of gives you the type of movies we're doing.
I'm going to ask this,
A lot of
but
big
man,
ones.
I hope this is not on there. Back to the Future?
Back to the Future, no.
Indiana Jones.
No.
Hmm.
Number 9, really regarded as one of the greatest movies. Chinatown.
Oh.
With Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
1974.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Never
Yeah.
saw it either.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
Another one, I think, the time of it.
Number 8 is Forrest Gump. Number 7, I just recently watched again with my son and my wife. And I will tell you that it is long and there's parts, but there's so many great parts that it works. The Shining.
Oh, Shining.
It's a
Yeah.
The
fantastic
Shining
movie.
is great. Jack Nicholson is so good. in that.
They're all good. And then the thing with The Shining is it's such an original movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such an original supernatural movie that you're like, what is going on?
And the whole thing makes you feel uncomfortable. All
Scatman
of it.
Crothers
Yeah.
is great. That
He's
whole
got to
movie's
shine.
good.
Yeah.
It's too long.
Give me the bat.
It is.
Wendy.
It is very.
When he
long.
talks to the
Give me
kid.
the bat. Give me the bat. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to bash your freaking brains in.
So scary.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
A movie that I just finally was able to make it through like a week ago that is, I think, very overrated was A Star is Born.
Oh, I
Oh,
love that
Bradley
movie.
Cooper.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like this.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
So much hype. And I'm like, this is it?
Can I ask you a question though? I don't watch Star is Born again because it made me feel so bad seeing it in the movies.
Really? I don't want to watch it because it made
listen,
me feel
I'm
bad
not-
just watching it.
It's not a spoiler because it's been out for 10 years, but
Yeah, it's a 5th remake or whatever.
Bradley Cooper kills himself at the end of that movie, and it's like so many ups and downs, and then he killed. I was like bothered for the next 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I think.
It made me
What
sad.
do you think of his performance, though?
I mean, yeah, it's good, but like the overall, I was bored by the story. It was very predictable. I didn't think Lady Gaga was that great as everybody said she was. It was just it was very underwhelming movie
I
compared to
liked
what
it.
the
I
hype.
thought they did a good job in that the original came out in what? 50s.
Now, I've never watched the original.
Can I just
either.
tell you, if they didn't, yeah, but there's been so many after that.
Yeah.
Right.
If they didn't really fall in love, they may be two of the best actors ever.
Yeah, I think they did though. I think
Yeah,
they
so
did.
do I.
There was like so much hype, but I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll try and watch it, and it just was like, whatever.
By the way, real quick, The Shining. If you have not seen The Shining, you should see it. But also, Doctor Sleep was really good.
It was really
Which
good.
they-
I
which,
watched
you know, whenever you take that long to
Yeah.
make another, and it's not really a sequel, but it's like I mean,
Follow-up.
it is.
It's a
It's a
follow-up.
follow-up. I mean,
But,
it,
you know, use Ewan McGregor, you get real good actors.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
And that
great.
Rebecca Ferguson, she's so pretty.
number 6 was Avatar. Number 5, I don't think anybody's raving about this. I don't know. I never saw it. The Greatest Showman.
Yeah,
Never saw it.
everybody. There's like a cult
okay.
following to
I
this.
never
show.
saw it.
This one was a huge phenomenon, and people loved it, and you couldn't get away from it, and all the merchandise and the songs and everything else. Number 4 is, any guesses? Children movie, animated?
Lion King.
Frozen.
Frozen.
How dare
Yeah,
you?
number 4 is Frozen.
I loved Frozen.
Well,
It was pretty good.
Frozen's a great movie. Frozen's a great movie, and I believe that there is still room. Well, there was a sequel, but for the parents to be alive.
That
And
would
then
be
the
so
whole-
cool.
And the whole idea that the parents crash landed and with Tarzan
Yeah.
on another island.
I
is better.
believe they're making a Frozen 3.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
wow.
Keep it going.
It was good the first 150 times I watched it.
Dude, I mean, that was my first movie with a daughter.
Yeah, same. Right in my daughter's wheelhouse at their age, and we watched it on repeat over and
Over and over again. Even
you wanna tell them about the folder that you have on your desktop?
I have a lot of things open on my desktop, so I was trying to clean it up this morning, and a lot of them are pictures of my children. So I made a folder and I called it kids, and I go, no, I had to go back and change it. The folder is now called my children. Yeah.
My family.
That works a lot better, I think. All right, so we're into the top 3. ScreenRant.com. There are 12 most overrated movies people pretend to love.
Oh.
Number 3 is ridiculous. I'm going to tell you right now. Ridiculous. And
Shawshank Redemption.
If anybody argues with me, I'm going to karate kick you. No, Shawshank not on the list. It's too good.
Rocky.
Rocky, no.
Raging Bull.
No.
The Sixth Sense.
No. Number 3 that they say is overrated, and I say you're ridiculous because it is a fantastic movie and the performances are so good.
Top Gun Maverick?
The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, that movie's great.
It's
That's
a
a great
great movie.
Yeah.
Great
I don't even
movie.
like
From
scary
start
Which, by
movies.
the way,
finish.
here, you want to watch it, and next time you watch this movie, be blown away. Jim Carrey had dinner with Anthony Hopkins, and they were talking about movie roles and stuff, and Jim Carrey said, for Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, he goes, I wanted to be a bird. I wanted to be a parrot. And, you know, the way he walks and the way he has his hair and everything else. Anthony Hopkins goes, that's interesting. For Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, I was a snake.
Really?
Watch the movie again.
Yeah.
I almost said the F word. He's a snake. Like, think about how he's there and how
Yeah.
he's, you know, with his eyes and the way he moves and stuff. He's a snake.
Dude.
I
Isn't
can't-
that crazy?
All I think is snake. I'm a snake. There's no way I could see it.
Can I tell you what the most uncomfortable scene from that whole movie is? Not uncomfortable, but I think about it so scary.
Yeah, what Miggs does.
no, no.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe Miggs does that to Clarice.
Yep.
Yeah. No. When he cuts the cop's face off and puts it on his face.
But the way he does
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
too. And he does it so artful.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
a great movie.
Oh,
It is a
and
great
then
movie.
the radio call,
Yeah.
and he jumps up. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. That's a great movie.
It is so good.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I can't even, I don't even want to go on. All right. Number 2. We got number 2 and number 1. I will tell you, number 2 and number 1, right in the nerd house. Right in the nerd house. What
Star
do you got?
Wars.
Which one?
A New Hope.
No.
Empire Strikes Back.
No.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi was kind of the celebration one, so
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire
is
Strikes Back's
so
the
much
best
better,
one.
Yeah.
So they say number 2, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, 1983. Number 1, another nerd wheelhouse. It came out recently within the last 5 years.
Lord of the Rings.
No.
You back off.
I know what it is. It's right there, but I can't think of it.
I wonder if you guys are going to agree with this or not. Because there are plenty in this series. Yeah.
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers, not Endgame.
Age of Ultron.
No.
Overrated, you're saying? Civil War.
Overrated.
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Which one was Infinity War?
The
Where
one
they
right
begin, yeah,
Right
the battle.
before Endgame.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's a counterpart to Endgame, and you have to have
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I would have said Age of Ultron.
Right?
If I'm picking an Avengers
Same.
movie,
Yeah, I thought that one was bad.
that one
Yeah.
stunk.
I thought that was good. I like the
Eh,
idea.
It's all right, but
They pick up a city and they're gonna drop a city on Earth. Get out of here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot in there. I think Silence of the Lambs,
That's
absolutely ridiculous.
The Shining is ridiculous.
I think The Shining's I think Forrest Gump's ridiculous. I think Jaws is
I
ridiculous.
get Forrest Gump. I get Forrest
Fight
Gump.
Club was good. Forrest Gump was great.
Forrest
That
Gump was so
a-
original.
Yeah, it really was.
It's
I mean,
great, but like if you don't like I love Forrest Gump, but I think most people either love it or really, really, really hate it.
Yeah,
Like there's
I don't
no
know
just
anyone that hates
enjoying
Forrest-
it. I know a
hates
lot of
Forrest
people
Gump.
that hate Forrest Gump.
Those people are communist.
Yeah, they might be.
Forrest Gump is an original movie, and it's acted well, and it's a really good story, and it's a love story, and
It's an all right story.
You want to talk about an overrated movie? Is that movie that won the Academy Award, where she lives in a van and poops in a bucket?
Yes,
Good
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
but not Academy
Nomadland,
Award-winning movie.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
But like, think about Forrest Gump. Like, there's no way that would ever be a real story. You know?
No,
what I
but
mean?
that's a fantasy.
Yeah.
It's like what a movie is.
By the way, thank you for acknowledging I was right about No Man Land.
If I did the next day, I said good movie, not given an Academy
But
Award.
not a good movie.
no.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
She's a great actress.
She is a great actor.
Boring. Just go to Walmart and follow someone
yeah.
for a couple
Basically,
days. You'll
When they
have the same thing.
howled like wolves at the Academy Awards, that's when I was like, "All right, I don't. I no longer really know what's going on with that movie." But it seems,
If Frances McDormand is not in it, it may be a big pile of steam and garbage.
yeah,
So I don't know, but she does a good job. It's interesting. I thought it was a good storytelling, and it was okay. I don't know that I'd recommend it for any awards, but you know, and it won the Academy Award, which is
I got to
insane.
tell you, you got the special sauce. You have to have certain people in certain
you
roles.
really do.
Because it works out where you're like, oh man, this person was supposed to play it, but then this person did, and it's so much better. Although there are some where I go, that would be interesting if that person was in it, like how it would have turned out.
I always think of Will Smith as Neo in The Matrix.
Will Smith
How
as Neo in The
different-
Matrix,
Yeah.
and then who is supposed to play? Who's the other guy? Lawrence Fishburne
Oh,
plays
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Who's supposed to play Morpheus? Sean Connery.
Oh,
Sean
I
Connery.
think that movie's garbage
Yeah.
with Will Smith and Sean Connery.
Total garbage.
I think Sean Connery in there would be good, though. I think Lawrence Fishburne did an amazing job,
Yeah.
but I think Sean Connery would have been, I don't know.
Too polished. He's
Yeah.
too polished.
Too
for that
polished,
role.
and
yeah.
not, and Lawrence Fishburne was an action hero. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Lawrence Fishburne to me is so funny because he's such a great actor. Like, he's great, but he'll be in terrible movies,
Yeah,
too.
I love
like,
it.
sometimes he's in great movies,
Yeah.
and he has a great role, and then other ones, he's like, yeah, I just want to buy a new car.
By
I'll
the
do
way,
this movie.
I am amazed when we go to the movie thing and watch movies on how many movies Bruce Willis has made in the past 5 years or past 10 years that were all just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be 50 Bruce Willis movies in there. The Light of Day,
Yeah.
The Dark Shadows of Night.
yeah.
They're
The one
just a-
came and went on Netflix, and I watched like the beginning 20 minutes of it, and it was like a sci-fi. Like, remember the channel Sci-Fi? It was like one of those
Oh,
like
yeah.
bad effect. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
he's
rough.
just collecting money at
Yeah.
this
He
point.
did.
Yeah.
He did a remake of a Charles Bronson one,
Yeah, he did the only real Charles Bronson one.
and it was pretty good though.
So,
I
yeah,
thought it was pretty good.
It was the one where he is the vigilante.
Equalizer.
Yeah.
The
No.
vigilante one.
That's why every actor
man.
should be just like DiCaprio. Like he only picks roles,
Yeah.
and they're always good.
Yeah.
and it seems like he's very particular about the movies he does.
Death
The-
Wish.
Death Wish,
yeah.
yeah. But like the thing with DiCaprio, DiCaprio's in a position where he could do that. But
Well, Bruce Willis. I mean,
but Bruce Willis, I think, knew he was sick and just went cash
Yeah.
grabbed all the movies.
maybe.
But what's his name? Michael Caine and the old guy that we had on the show, great actor, Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah.
Those guys are just Gene Hackman's always like, this is a job. I'm not here
Yeah.
to be an artist. I'm here to work and make money. And
Yeah.
if they want to pay me $10,000 to be in one movie or $1 million to be in the other, I'm going to the $1 million movie.
By the way, Gene Hackman, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But
So good in so many different things, but Unforgiven. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just
Unforgiven,
unbelievable.
he's been the defining character in every movie he's in. He becomes the guy, whether you like it or not. It's pivoting around Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they could be a Nicolas Cage though, and they can't. Where Nicolas Cage can do almost any movie now,
Well-
and it's like he had like this weird roller coaster where he was trash, and now he's on the comeback.
No, but
he's still
here's the thing.
trash.
Nick Cage had to do those movies because he had tax
Yeah.
problems.
Oh, that's right.
He
Yeah.
had to pay for all those. So
Yeah.
because he started out as an incredible actor that everybody loved and stuff. Whatchamacall was Cher Moonstruck
Yeah.
and all those things where he started out doing those, but then he got hit where he had to pay all his taxes. So he's like, I'll do anything. You want me to be Wicker Man? I'll do it. I don't care, whatever. But yeah,
I like that movie.
His movie Pig
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really good. That
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
that's
is
hilarious.
So
Great.
good.
but also the one Renfeld or whatever.
oh yeah, did you see that?
that was good.
That was good?
Yeah, it was good.
I'm
And
gonna
he
check
has
that
a new
out.
one. He has a new one where he is like the devil or something, and he gets in the car with the guy, and
Yeah.
he's gonna kill his family. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I like Nicolas Cage.
So do I. He did a movie that I watched. I think it was on Hulu. Where like demon spirits possess animatronics in like a Chuck E. Cheese, and he's like the security guy that works there overnight,
Yeah.
and he has to fight them all. It was pretty good. Yeah,
Funny.
it's just ridiculous. Yeah.
You were saying before about characters who it would have been entirely different if they played the
Yeah.
role. How about music-wise? I'm sure you guys talked about this while I was out, but that Daughtry said that Joe Perry called him
yeah,
to be in Aerosmith when
what
Steven was out.
What do you think of him turning it down?
I don't know if it would have been smart for him to do it business-wise to go out on tour because
That's what I said.
he would have got more eyes on him, and a lot of people who are like, "Oh, American Idol," they would have been like, "God damn, that kid could sing."
But I think right move for him to turn it down because there's no way you're filling Steven Tyler's shoes.
No, but I think
And-
turning down Fuel was smart for him. Turning down
Yes.
Aerosmith is an opportunity, kind of like Axl Rose singing with AC/DC. It was an opportunity for Axl to sing with AC/DC, people to hear songs that Brian couldn't hit the notes on, and it was a fun summer thing. That's what I think.
The American Idol guy that does Queen.
Oh,
Lambert.
Lambert.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he could have turned that down, thinking I'm never gonna. There's no way I could replace Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, but
he's good.
Yeah, I think he does a good job with it. But I don't think anyone's looking for him to replace. And there had been other ones.
Yeah.
you had what's his name from Bad Company? Why am I blanking on
Rogers?
this? Paul Rogers from Bad Company, who went out. It was Paul Rogers with Queen. They went out and did Queen songs and some Bad Company stuff, whatever. But so there had already been.
Yeah. Plus, I think if you're dead, it's different as
Yeah.
opposed to the frontman's just like on the outs right now with the band.
I don't think Daughtry would have been the new singer of Aerosmith, but I would have seen them go on tour with him as opposed to not seeing.
Yeah.
because Daughtry's a good singer and
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
I
rock
think so.
star.
But I think it would have been a very Gary Sharon and Van Halen. It would have been a one and done, and then
yeah, that's what I think. I don't think they would have recorded a new album. I think they would have just went on tour, and I think it would have been smart for him to do for summer.
Sometimes
also-
it's horrible because when they had Stone Temple Pilots at Chester Bennington,
Yeah,
that
was
was horrible.
Well, now Stone Temple Pilots has one of the guys from the what was that show? The Rockstar whatever Supernova.
yeah.
That guy's doing, and I think he was on America. I don't know, America's Got
Little
Talent. or
short
something.
kid
What
with like a blonde hair.
he's got blonde hair
Yeah.
now. Jeff Good, or I forget what his name is.
Those
something
poor
weird.
Stone Temple Pilots guys. They had like 3 good albums. They were like we were in the thick of things with grunge and all that, and then this guy kills himself, and they're like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
The DeLeo brothers, the
Yeah.
guitarist and bass player, put out an album called Army of Anyone.
Yeah, that was great.
With Richard Patrick from Filter on vocals and the drummer from Korn, Ray Luzier, playing. He's an incredible drummer. But it was a great album, but just didn't
Nobody
get
cares, yeah.
no rock radio play, nothing, whatever. But it's a great album, and I heard they had another one in the can too that they
really?
never even put out. Yeah.
The biggest waste was the other group that he was in with Slash.
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver
Oh,
was
yeah.
great. That band
Oh,
was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
All right. We got to take a break. Oh, also on the Aerosmith thing, did you read about this guy, the session guitar player who said that he played all Joe Perry's parts? Steve Hunter.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, Steve Hunter says he played on, I don't remember what album, but he played all Joe Perry's guitar and wasn't allowed to tell anybody. He goes, and this album blows up and becomes huge and I'm the guitar player, and I can't tell anyone.
Well, here's the thing with Aerosmith is they've had infighting for a long
Yeah.
time. They had so many drugs. I mean, I've listened to the producers that are like, there was a pile of cocaine and a pile of guns over here and just like all this crazy stuff. But then Joe Perry wasn't in the band for a while, and Aerosmith was done until Rick Rubin revitalized them with Run DMC and them coming back and doing that.
didn't know
then
that.
they became huge. Yeah, they were done.
Wasn't that super hot chick that Derek Jeter used to date? Her father
Yes.
was in Aerosmith.
Minka Kelly. Yeah,
Minka
he was
Kelly,
he was
yeah.
a guitar player for a while. He replaced Joe Perry.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
That's so interesting. What's crazy is my narrative of Aerosmith that I have in my head.
You know them from Pump On.
And,
from Alicia
Armageddon.
Silverstone and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Crazy.
But they were in the 70s because the first album came out, I think, in 73, which was Aerosmith, which had, I think Dream On was on there and Walking the Dog and Moving Out and all that stuff. But they were a band a long time, broke up, done, and then came back.
Unreal.
Yeah, but drugs. They were just on drugs. And Joe Perry said, people got in their head. They were like, you don't need him. You don't need him. And then they would go to him and go, you don't need them. You don't need them.
I didn't realize that they always hated
Yeah.
each other. I thought that was just when they got older.
I don't think they really hated each other. I just think that their egos and drugs
Yeah.
played a part. I don't
Pushing
think
each
that
other
they-
off a stage.
But you're leaving so much money on the table if you're separated.
By
Think
the
about
way,
it. How that good music we would have missed out on.
that first album had Dream On it. It also had Mama Kin.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you listen to that first album, it does not really sound like Steven Tyler.
No,
it
that's
doesn't.
weird.
That's
And
why
he said that he used to try and sound like Ray Charles. Like he
Listen.
wanted to sound like Ray Charles and stuff. But it's a great album, man. It's a really good album.
Aerosmith now is a manufactured band.
Yeah.
Their songs are written mostly by songwriters. They're just a hired band to sing other people's stuff.
I want to go see them when they come to town.
100%.
Like
I mean,
they're so good live.
I saw Aerosmith and Kiss together, and Kiss the night I saw them opened. And I don't love Kiss, but I don't hate Kiss. I watched Kiss, and they were done, and then Aerosmith came on and blew them away. And that's what I said to Steven Tyler when we had him on the air, and he said, well, Kiss has always been kind of a comic book band. And that started a fight between Kiss and Aerosmith on this show in Rolling Stone. That was crazy. But, yeah, I mean, they're a real rock and roll band. The fact that they did drugs and fought with each other and all that stuff is just what makes them rock and roll.
And Aerosmith, whenever they come here, Black Crowes are opening for them.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Because
Yeah.
Black Crowes are coming to Mahaffey on their own.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, we got a lot. I was looking it up last night. There's a lot of good shows coming to town. I mean, with Steve-O's here September 15th. Then Matt Rife is here, and of course, that's super sold out. Let me just tell you, if you have Matt Rife tickets and you want to get laid, that's the night to do it, man. Find a girl that
What,
would never
Matt's
go out
gonna
with
bang
you. No, not Matt. Yeah, I know. But find a girl that would never go out with you and tell her you got Matt Rife tickets and you got yourself a date that night. For
Aerosmith
sure.
is October 11th, Amalie Arena.
I'm going to that. I'm going to that for sure.
I'm in.
That, and there was another couple. There were like two concerts. That's a Wednesday, I think. But there's two concerts coming that I want to go to. Sammy Hagar's on a Friday, and something else is on a Saturday.
Kenny Loggins is on a Saturday over at the Sound.
I don't know that I like Kenny Loggins, but I don't know if I'd go see Kenny
I
Loggins.
mean, scroll through.
Oh no, there's so many
Yeah,
hits,
yeah.
and I like Loggins and Messina, real
Sure.
old, slow Kenny Loggins. I just don't know if I could sit through a whole night of Kenny Loggins, but I would like to get him on the air.
Do
on
you
the show
know?
again.
Do you know that when you go to a show, you don't have to stay there the whole time?
You don't. You can leave. Yeah,
I
heard.
love doing that. I gotta tell you, I love going for certain bands and other bands. I'm like, see you later. They'll be like, you leaving? And I'm like, yeah. That was the only band I wanted to see.
Yeah, Joey. I took Joey to see Counting Crows when he was little at Ruth Eckerd Hall, and we went backstage, and Joey took a picture with a guy, and it was really good. And then we went out to watch him, and 2 songs in, Joey's like, "Can we go home?" I go, "No, we can't go home.
Can we leave?
Daddy likes his band." He waited another song. He's like, "Now can we go home?" Oh no, you're ruining everything.
Yeah, my son did that with Led Zeppelin, with Jason Bottom's Led Zeppelin evening. He went with me, and he was like, "Can we go?" And I go, "No,
Yeah,
we
no
can't."
way.
In fact, we're probably gonna stay after and see if we can go. And
Buckle in,
hang out.
son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Buckle
out of
in.
your- you out of your mind?
It's gonna be a minute.
All right, we got to take a break. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers if you want to get through. I got to go to my doctor today.
Oh, yeah?
Which is fine. Yeah, but he's in Sarasota. And sleeping.
what?
Don't you worry about it.
So you look at
Got
your
to know
toe?
everything. No. I don't really know why I'm going. And,
That's not good.
I don't know. You
You
go.
go to
and
the doctors a lot.
I go to different doctors. You go to the doctor and they go, all right, we'll see you in 3 months. And you're like, okay. And you go back in 3 months. They're like, see you in 4 more months.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I got a lot going on, Carmen. I go to
You got
the
a big ski trip coming up. Want to make sure everything's right.
On the up and up.
Yeah.
I hate it here. Take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta.
Tom, we'll go over a couple of things first before we get to the phone calls.
Sure.
Our former president is going to have to turn himself in. He says he's going to do that, Thursday in Georgia?
Yeah, he's got a $200,000 bond.
Yeah, pocket change to the old Trumpster. So he shows up there. They fingerprint him and take a mugshot.
I'm so glad you said print.
Well, they have to check for weapons.
Yeah, I guess.
They fingerprint him and they check for, and they mugshot him. They put him on the books, then they immediately bail him out, and he turns around and he leaves?
Yeah, just like with our clients here, Freedom Bail Bonds, Pam's company will process someone in over at Orient Road. They'll check in, they'll book them. Then what happens is a bail bonds agent, in this situation, I don't know if he's going to use a bail bonds agent.
Right.
He'll probably just post a $200,000 straight. But for folks that don't have that kind of money, so for example, if you had a $200,000 bond here, you would post 10% to the bail bonds agent, and then you'd put up collateral for the remainder, the 90%, if you will, of the remainder of the bond, and then you'd process in, and then the bail bonds agent has powers issued to the agent. That's the power to issue the bail. And then what happens is the bail bonds agent is then required to ensure that the bondee, attends all of the necessary hearings with the assistance of the lawyer. That's going to sign whether it's a PD or whether it's a private attorney.
Question. So if this is so great, I've never been arrested before. If you get arrested and your bail is set at $200,000, and you go down there, and so I call Pam and I have to give Pam and Freedom Bail Bonds $20,000.
Yes, in this mathematical scenario, it's going to be 10% of whatever it is. So you just keep the math simple.
So what if I get a DUI? What's an average bond?
Well, that's not very expensive. Usually, folks bond out on DUIs. Those are misdemeanor offenses, first-degree misdemeanors. But if you have more significant serious crime, and usually that will kick in when you start getting into third-degree level felonies.
Is there an average DUI?
I think usually it's like $1,000. They post like $100 and people bond out. It's like
but then I'm responsible for that $1,000, or that goes like, how does that work?
Well, usually what happens is if you don't use a bail bonds agent and you post the money, then that stays in the clerk's registry, if you will. And at the end of the case, what happens is that money, this is a crazy word, but it's pronounced as cheat. It's with an E, as cheat. The money would then as cheat back either to the defendant, but they don't like to do that because once money is in the system, the government doesn't want to let it go.
Right.
So what they say is,
cheat you out of it.
Well, it cheats you out of it. Yeah, it's cheat. It's like it's like almost like a Latin French kind of pronunciation. But either way, what they'll do is they'll apply the money that's in there, your credit, if you will, to ancillary court costs, fines, and expenses like that. Is usually what happens, unless of course you're found not guilty or the case is dismissed, and that money is then returned back to the individual, and then the bond comes off. And
so
then
Trump will
ends.
get his $200,000 back if they don't find him guilty.
Well, once the case is over. So, for example, the bond isn't based on guilt or innocence, because what happens is in that scenario, and I don't know how Georgia works in Florida, in that scenario, they're not going to keep all of that money for, court costs and fines. There's no way it's going to cost that much. So the majority of that money, once the case resolves, whether he's found, guilty or not, he's going to get that money back as long as he attends all of his court hearings to conclusion of the case.
Okay.
So it's a unique scenario from one county and one state to the next. So in this example, you will get all the money back when the case resolves. It's not outcome determinative. It's not, you get your money back if you win. But if the case is over, you get all the money back. And if you get a dismissal or a not guilty, then there's no money that they're going to keep for court costs and fines because of the outcome. So I'm glad you made that distinction, because the way I explained it was one scenario, but there's other scenarios that can happen.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I've never been part of this process, so I don't really know how it works. I always see, bail posted at $1 million on TV, and they go, $1 million? That's ridiculous. And then always it's somebody's mother putting their house up to get the son-in-law out, and then the son-in-law screws up, and the mother-in-law loses the house.
It's tough. When Bill and I, have a lot of high-end felonies, right now we're representing folks for, some serious first-degree felony charges here in multiple counties, and the families have to come in. A lot of our clients are incarcerated. and they have to, in addition to the bond, if they can afford to get them out, well, they still have to retain the services of a private attorney.
Oh yeah,
and of course that's not an inexpensive process, as you know, because it requires a lot of time, energy, and effort to do the things that we do to get folks out of trouble, or in certain cases damage control, depending on the facts and elements of the situation. But it's difficult when they come in. I mean, in 21 years, next month is 21 years of practice. I mean, I've had people sell homes to pay for bonds and attorney's fees. I've had people give us cars, just a variety of different ways that people will come up with the money when stuff goes sideways.
I love a good barter. I love a good. I know it's not a barter in this case, but I love a good barter. I got an old T-bird in the garage.
Someone, it was an issue in Plant City years ago, which is still Hillsborough County. Years ago, they said, "Well, would you take goats or sheep?" I go, "Well, I don't have any place to put them, but I mean, I certainly understand the concept, but we had to work out a different deal, or else I'd have livestock running around the office."
Yeah, you're not Brandon Ford, Billy Goats, and whatever it was.
But some, I don't know. So, some of those, get some Bragg's Mountain chickens. Those are very expensive. They pop out the eggs. You got breakfast for life. What are you going to do?
The rumor this time is that they will get a mugshot of Trump, because Fulton County says there's going to be no special treatment, even though he's a former president.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the system is the system. He gets his picture up there, and is what it is. If I was him, I'd smile for it. I mean, you don't have to have this long face.
What do you think by the way, the phone lines are wide open if you want to get through 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. What do they say in the because I remember Tony Burton, my agent, his wife, I believe, was like a PR person. And I remember we were talking about a celebrity arrest, and we always said if we got arrested, we would smile or we'd do whatever. And he said, no, even if you're innocent, you're not supposed to smile. There's no sign of, like, there was a right way that she said to do it. I think Trump will just be very stoic.
Well, yeah, my advice for Trump is because it's Trump. When it's anybody else, you'll go in there. You don't need to smile. You don't need to show any arrogance. You could you'll just have them take the picture and you move on. I mean, I have never had a prosecutor enter into evidence someone's mugshot, as some type of level of culpability, because it's prejudicial. So that would never, in my opinion,
it does come up in the court of opinion sometimes. Like if you get a reckless driver who kills a family and then they smile in their mugshot and they go, look, they have no remorse.
That's true. That's true, but that may be that's not indicative of what the circumstance and scenario is.
Right.
But yes, optics, that's problematic. But my advice on this particular question is for Trump. He's a unique character versus any other client that I'm going to have. And if he was my client, I would say, well, look, you're running for president again. You're one of the most popular people in the country. You got news media every day following you or saying something about you. Go up there and give a smile.
Yeah. Get in there and write it out happily.
Yeah. I mean, because if he's got a sourpuss face, that's gonna be spun the negative. It's the lesser of two evils.
He's gonna stay right on brand.
Yeah. You don't think he's gonna give the they arrested me? Like that kind of look. Yeah, big deal.
He might. He might. I mean, you know what? You should do some side bets with everybody here. If everybody throws in $5,
we should do our own pictures of what we think Trump will do.
Let's do it instead of hot or not. I don't know, smile or not, or something like that.
Snot or not. Snotty face or no.
Let's do that. I'll jump in on that.
The proper way to refer to a former president is Mr. President. You still call him Mr. President. It's going to be so weird for somebody to have to say, all right, Mr. President, give me your thumb, please, and roll their thumb into a.
Mr. President, it's time for a roll call this morning, please.
That's true for whatever office you hold. So if you're a mayor, you're a Mr. Mayor, you're a senator, what your last office that you held, or if you were appointed, a lot of times, the former chiefs will come in. I still call them chief.
Yeah. I call most of the former politicians, like the pretty ones, like Anna Paulina Luna. One day I'll call her Your Highness.
Yeah,
that was Your Highness.
Well, you can promote them. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I had State Representative Jackie Toledo in the studio years ago, and I was just messing around. I said, well, I'm going to make you state senator, and then I made her lieutenant governor, and I kept introducing her every segment as the next higher up. And then by the time the show ended, I think she was vice president of the United States.
Holy Toledo.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
let's go to the phone lines. If you want to get through, 727-579-1025. Thomas, good morning. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got, Thomas?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Dom, and everybody.
Good morning.
Just a quick question regarding my wife driving home the other day from a restaurant job later at night. Coming through, I live down in Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. She got pulled over as she passed through an intersection where the light was turning debatably red. Just wondered if it's worth going to court to take the chance that the cop doesn't show up, I guess.
Is it a red light?
The ticket.
Is it a red light
Not
camera?
a red light camera, no. She was technically observed. I have her dash cam. I haven't had a chance to go through it, but she got a front and back facing dash cam.
Right.
So I'm trying to find the actual footage of her getting pulled over.
Those dash
and what the
cams are
light looks like in the
fantastic.
front.
They're fantastic,
Yeah.
by the way. The more folks have those now that I'm seeing, in addition to the body cams on law enforcement. So what I would do is I would look at the dash cam, and that would be, that's going to rule the day. I mean, if it's yellow as she enters the intersection, that's lawful. She just has to enter the intersection prior to it turning red. And what happens is once you're in the intersection, the four corners of the intersection, it's in essence you own the intersection. You have a duty to safely navigate through the intersection safely. That's the whole purpose of yellow. If you
point of no return.
Well, it's a decision made by the driver. So if it goes from green to yellow, you have a decision to make. Is it safe to stop, and not cause an accident? Let's say if someone's close to you, they're going to rear end you, or some other element on the roadway is going to be problematic. If you can safely navigate the intersection on a yellow, there's nothing wrong with that. But the question is, right, was it red before she entered the intersection? And that's going to be the trouble. And that's really what that camera is going to tell us. So, but you can contest the ticket regardless of what the camera shows, because you can still see if the folks show up, because sometimes they don't. And if they don't,
I guess that was the roundabout question. If I find the footage, it's clearly like a dismissal. But if I don't find it, is it still worth going and taking that chance? Like if they don't show up to prove with footage, do you basically get out of the ticket?
Well, you can request a dismissal of the ticket, of the citation. Now, sometimes the courts will grant one continuance aside. So if law enforcement has a conflict, or if the defendant has a conflict, usually they'll give one continuance aside. Every county does things different. And then that way, it's fair to each party. And sometimes it's no continuance, sometimes it's two. There's 67 counties in the state of Florida, so they all kind of do things differently. But nonetheless, I would contest it and see what happens when you go. And then if they're there and they're ready to testify, you can always change your plea, or she can, no contest, and then ask for the withhold of the points. You don't want the points on the license. You don't need a lawyer for this.
That was the other thing. There's 3 points that they're going to add. So I wondered if there's a traffic school you could do, or something like that.
You don't need a lawyer. It's good to have a traffic lawyer if you don't know what you're doing. But each driver in the state of Florida has 5 elections in their lifetime for driver's school. Now, you can go to more than 5 if the court orders you, but you can just elect. You can't do more than 1 a year. But if she hasn't elected, she can do that and argue, say, Judge, I'll go to driving school if you hold off the points. But don't come out of the gate with that. Just say, hey, just say, hey, if the officer's here, thank you for your service. I'd like to change my plea to no contest, ask for withhold. And if they say, great, boom, they hit the gavel, then get the hell out of there. Don't start saying, well, I'll do this, and this, because they're just going to tack that jazz on. If she's got a clean record, maybe you're out with the withhold and gone and cost.
That's so. If I was in court and I sort of guy go, ooh, I didn't think you'd show up. All right, we're out. We're about out. All right, well, there you go. Good luck to your wife.
My plan.
There you go. Less is more.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes less is more if you don't have a lawyer. Just less is more.
Let me blow through these here. Hi, you're on with Ask the Dom. Who's this?
Yeah, good morning. My name's Tim. How are you?
Good. What's up? What do you got?
Hey, I was involved in a hit-and-run accident a couple months ago. I am currently being seen by a chiropractor and some other medical facilities. We have a court date. The hit-and-run driver that took off, I caught them on my dash cam. I was able to find them, track them down, give all the information to Florida Highway Patrol. And they did their due diligence, and now the state attorney's office is going after this person. Do I have any leg to stand on to sue them civilly after the fact?
Well, you could make a claim now against their bodily injury insurance coverage if they have BI. You don't have to sue them out of the gate. You just make a claim if they have insurance coverage. So do you know if they have auto insurance?
They do have auto insurance, but at the time, we weren't able to get a hold of them for the first 3 or 4 weeks, and because of the medical expenses, I had to go through my own insurance.
Well, you have to do that anyway. Florida's a no-fault
Okay.
insurance state, so that your situation doesn't matter in the sense that everybody would have to go through their own auto insurance initially, regardless of the situation, because that's Florida no-fault. It's a PIP state, personal injury protection. So that
Okay.
process is unaffected by the dynamics of this accident. Just so for folks listening, it doesn't matter in the state of Florida. It's a no-fault insurance state. So
To answer your question, yes, they do have adequate insurance there.
okay, so then what you do is you hire a personal injury attorney, for example, like myself. We would make a claim against their bodily injury insurance coverage, assuming they have coverage. The smallest amount they can have is $10,000, and it can go all the way up. If they don't have enough, then you can file a claim under your own policy, under the UM coverage, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. Do you have UM?
I do.
Good. How much do you have?
I don't know. My wife has all that information.
All right. Well, that's okay. Well, at least you have it, which is good.
Typical married guy. I'm
Yeah,
with you, sir.
So you just got to make sure you have it, and make sure it's enough. A lot of people just buy the minimum, and sometimes that's not enough coverage. But nonetheless, if you wanted to hire a personal injury attorney, you can do that now. Now, there also is a third remedy. If you're a victim of a crime, you can make a claim for restitution through the state attorney's office Victims Assistance Program, and you can
I
submit
did fill out that paperwork too. I did. I actually filled out that paperwork and sent it back off down to downtown.
Good.
So.
Now, you can't double dip. So, for example, if you're going to get paid through restitution, that's going to have to be part of, the analysis on the civil side of things. You just got to keep it accurate. So if you get paid through the bodily injury and you get paid through the uninsured motorist, well, then you're going to have to circle back, or I will, with the state attorney and say, hey, my client's been compensated up to this point, but I think the case is worth, more. Therefore, we still need, to cover the gap. So you can't double dip. So you got to communicate to everybody exactly what type of compensation recovery you're getting. A lot of folks don't do that, and I don't want you to get into a pickle if you have to go in and testify at a restitution hearing, which does happen at the end of a case.
Right. I was more looking along the lines of the, like having to get a new vehicle. The APR is now higher. My insurance now has to go up. All that, is that going to be able to be compensated for, or am I just out of pocket in the long run?
Well, that's going to depend on the insurance coverage that they have for price. See, property damage is a different part of the insurance policy. If you have collision coverage, it can be a different part of your insurance policy. And then the collateral factor, the BI and the UM. And then if none of that is, you can have some out-of-pocket expenses, by the way, deductible, et cetera. That can be pitched to the state attorney's office in restitution. But I would suggest you get a lawyer. I would suggest me, but you do what you want to do.
All right, sir. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I get to a point, Tom, where it's almost like these people think they hired you. We're going to the whole case.
Well, the thing is the folks listening, right? When you realize there's multiple parts of multiple policies, and then all of a sudden now you're like in a sea of legality. Well, what the hell's going on? Well, that's why you need a lawyer.
Well, I always recommend using a lawyer, and Dominic Ferriello is our lawyer. You can call his office, 813-251-5550, or you can always go to askthedom.com, email him there. He will get back to you. And hopefully you don't need him, but if you do, he's there. What do you got coming up on the show tomorrow?
The Singa Law Group, the A-team is in, so David and Shafia Singa. We do a lot of litigation work with them. She does mass tort cases, so, for example, nursing home cases, products liability cases, tobacco cases, things along those lines. And then next Wednesday, we got a fantastic show where our Attorney General for the state of Florida, the General, Ashley Moody, will be a guest on the Ask the Dom show.
Well, good. Very nice. All right. Well, Dom, thank you. Thanks for your patience today.
Yeah, no worries. I didn't have any conflicts. I was texting Spanish, so I had a couple of Tuesdays, not off. I'm working, but I don't have court first thing in the morning, so I had a lot of flexibility, and Spanish does a good job with my schedule.
Spanish also has a lot of flexibility for different reasons.
Well, he is a young man.
That's
Right. Lindbergh.
Yeah.
I hear. Is he engaged yet? I know there was some conversation about that. I don't know. Is that we going sideways on
Not
that?
that kind of flexible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a prenup for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, thank
FYI.
you. I will try to talk you out of getting married, but we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Dom, thanks, buddy. We got to take a break. It's some Mike Calta show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening
parties in a deadly sea.
9:45 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025.
I like to call that opening riff. We're not the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We're better. None of their songs, Måneskin, none of their songs are about California. I can tell you that.
You don't know.
I do.
Yeah. Have you heard the song's about California?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nobody ever played that for me. It's in Italian, so I didn't understand.
It's called California, California.
Yeah. Oh, great song.
No.
California skiing.
Let's do right now. Let's do a Red Hot Chili's Pepper song. All of us.
Okay.
Somebody start it off, and then we'll all one by one join in.
All right. Who wants to start? Spanish, you're the big.
Started off like by just singing
I'll
random lyrics.
I'll start it off. One day I went to California. Everybody loves in California. The best weather's in California. Won't everybody come to California? Everybody loves in California. Everybody's coming to California.
I'm under a bridge in California. I'm doing drugs in California. Running down the beach with my shirt off. Guess where I am? I'm in California. Perfect.
We're amazing.
By the way, it's never it's always it goes through that a couple times and then the drums come in.
Don't you know what it's like in California? Anyway, does the name Jason Ladanier mean anything to you guys?
Jason Ladanier.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
No,
if it
I
doesn't
don't
ring
think
a bell,
so. No.
I didn't understand. I didn't. Was
Jason
not. In,
Ladanier.
I was introduced to this gentleman last night, and I had never heard of him before.
I thought that was the spirit in Port Island.
No,
Right?
that's
That's
Ladante.
Ladante.
Yeah.
I was thinking Jason Voorhees, but that's Jason from Friday the 13th.
Ladanier.
Ladanier.
Jason Ladanier is a card magician, and he is amazing. Like he is doing stuff that I have never seen anybody do before. There's a lot of close-up hand magic guys that are good, but what this guy does is he does card tricks, and he'll be taking a deck of cards and shuffling them, and he'll tell you, I'm gonna do a casino wash, where I spread them all out, do that, bring them back in, and then shuffle them twice. That's what you have to do in a casino before you put it out there. And he even shows you in some of his videos exactly how he does the shuffle. It's like I hold it like this. I put my thumb on the back, my fingers on the end, and when I squeeze, the cards fall into each other. Like he shows you in slow motion and everything. So he does all these card tricks, and he did one where he does the wash, and then he will waterfall the cards. He'll take them and he'll go like this and spit them out, and they just fall to the ground, and then he'll catch a handful of cards and turn over a straight flush. Or you could be like, 9 of clubs, queen of spades, king of hearts, and he'll pull out cards, lay them down. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So I started doing some research on him last night, and why I've never heard of him before, and he seems to be in everybody's TikTok and everybody's algorithm. I have never heard of him. A lot of people say that he's a faker because he's got a real good video editor, and what he does is he stops, edits, takes the cards out, and does it like that. So that would make sense to me, like we always accuse Chris Angel of doing. Chris Angel, look down the road. There's nothing there. Poof, a Cadillac appears.
Right,
well, yeah, anybody
You're
can
on
hit
TV.
pause, drive a Cadillac over there, and just go back to it. So this guy gets a lot of hell for that. So he reads the comments, and then he tears the people apart, but he also proves that they're wrong. So he takes a stopwatch, and he puts a stopwatch down, and he does the trick while the stopwatch is on. And then he'll do it and roll dice so you see that he can't be editing. So I can't figure him out. I watched him, you son of a, right when I get in the middle of it.
I've literally been like holding off as long as I could.
So-
and you just keep talking.
If you watch him, he comes in one video, he's got a giant deck of cards. He goes, have you seen these? They're giant. And he shuffles them, puts them around. He goes, then you get
big cards.
yeah. Then you get the regular ones, the regular deck, and he goes, you ever see these ones? They're really, really little. And then he takes them and he puts them down and he goes, but the smallest decks. And then he just shows comments from all the people that are smashing him, and he hates, like he'll fight with all the people that fight with him while he's doing the thing, and he'll make jokes. He's like, well, my video editor is going to be very busy this weekend. He's unbelievable. Jason Ladanier. I follow him on Instagram. Go find him on Instagram and go watch his videos. And by the way, if you can find something where you can call him out, show it to me. I want to see it. I just can't see it. I one time watched a thing with David Blaine where he walked into a pool hall, grabbed a bunch of playing cards, made a guy call one out, threw the whole deck of cards at the dartboard, and only one card, the card that the guy called out, stuck in there. And I said to David Blaine, I watched that video for a half hour in slow motion trying to figure out how you did that. And David Blaine said, you need to watch it again. he was like telling me it's a trick. I do tricks,
Right,
know?
yeah. I'm not really mad.
Right. I don't understand how he does it. It's amazing. But this Jason Ladanier, Ladanye,
Ladanye,
yeah. He's really good.
While you're at it, look up Oz Perlman, who is on Hard Knocks. Did you see him on there? The
Oh,
Mentalist?
yeah, I did.
He's unbelievable.
That's pretty
He's
crazy.
crazy. Like, the card tricks are crazy because it's trick. This guy, I don't know what he's doing.
No.
He's inside your mind.
Are they Hard Knocks tonight?
I think it's
Tuesday.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the one with the fight, right?
And the Bucks will be
Bucks
on there
fight,
too. Yeah.
That's good. All right, I guess we're done. Thanks to Dom. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll have a new open letter, and Ian Beckles will be stopping by. Anything else I need to know about?
That's it.
I think we're going to get a call from Ian Bagg tomorrow, too, who'll be here for the circus.
We got to do our Trump faces before he gets his mugshot.
Trump faces tomorrow morning as well. Joe?
Yes.
Calta.tv.
Woo.
/
That's all I could say.
password.
Nope.
Backspace.
See you tomorrow.
I'm back, baby.
.net.
Goodbye.